Hi everyone, welcome to TVON. Happy Wednesday. My name is Joyce and thank you so much for being here with me on this Thanksgiving Eve, or as I like to call it, Thanksgiving. But I am here to cover for Lauren, so I will be here today and tomorrow. She will be back with us on Friday. But the sale does continue, so continue to take 10% off of everything. No final sale attached to it. And I've got some of the, the higher end pieces, the big boys, just GI certified pink diamonds, some of the largest mandarin garnets from the private collection, right? One of the largest aqua pendants that we've ever done. So I've got, something a little different today. So if you guys want to see anything that I'm mentioning, you just let me know. If you have something that you would like to request, for example, Marion, I have your Mahenge Pink Spinel request up here with me. Feel free to call in so we know that you're watching, and or just, let us know what you're thinking of. Item numbers are great, any general descriptions, those are perfect. So if you have any requests, do let us know so we can help you out. We can bring it out here. And, just because you request something does not mean that you have to, you're forced to buy it, right? So if you just want to see it one more time, think about it a little bit more, feel free to call us and ask. But we have got a lot to go through today. So again, thank you for being here with me, and let's get to it. First item of today is in fact going to be one of those private collection mandarin garnets, but I just thought it's just too pretty to be left in the vault, so let us take a look at it. It is just such a beautiful ring. This is 1126748. And before you turn off the TV and go, all right, that's a $7,000 ring, she's gone crazy, first item, like, I can't do it, right? Hear me out. So this is going to be that ring that, is, or was rather, $6,999, but we are here to take this all the way down to the lowest price possible. This is our, believe it or not, 2 carat exactly, the perfect round private collection mandarin garnet center stone. Gold color stays like it is, and out of all of the private collection mandarin garnets that we have done or we have currently, very rarely do we get to pair it together with this beautiful, bright, vibrant yellow diamond two-tone look. And of those said yellow diamonds, you have 21 points total weight of your VS yellow diamonds. And in addition to that, you also have 57 points total weight of your white diamonds, completing this two-tone floral look. Gold color stays like it is. You're only getting yellow gold around your center stone and around the yellow diamonds. Everything else is in the white gold. And this entire ring, before you think, oh yeah, it's probably a small ring, right? No. It's not, and it's not even going to be $4,999. It is quite literally unbelievable. Just wait till you see it on my hand, and here we go. The size of that ring, like, I'm sorry. If you saw that in some, high-end storefront, you'd probably immediately go, oh yeah, that's, a couple $1,000s, right? And there's no way I can afford this ring. But today, TVON, yes, you can. And also, in case anyone is interested, we also do have a bangle here today. One of the very few bangles that we do that is a single solitaire diamond that is bezel set. So if you're maybe interested in that bangle, let me know. But look at this ring, right? It is true to size. Easy to wear. I have small hands, and although the band does disappear, I mean, who cares about the band, right? We're all here for the diamonds and for the mandarin garnets, and here it is, absolutely dazzling. And from afar, it looks like we took some of the yellow diamonds and put it into that mandarin garnet, does it not? But nope, that is all the stones, as bright, vivid, open, clear, and clean as can be. And guess what? It's not even going to be $2,999. Very first item, I thought, this is kind of a ridiculous price. So why not just throw it up here as the very first item and see who is watching here today. Again, true to size on this one. It is comfortable. Don't get me wrong. It's not a small ring, but it's also not overly sized, right? It's perfectly balanced. It's not going to roll or turn or twist on your finger. Just get whatever size you wear. This is one of those rings that, although it has a lot going on, you can wear it every single day. And I probably guarantee you that someone's going to be grabbing your hands and wondering, oh, is that a citrine? That's really nice, right? No, this is mandarin garnet, and this is stuff that I hesitate to say, but a lot of people out there in the world probably have never seen mandarin garnets look like this. And it wasn't only until very recently did we bring this type of material here to you guys. This is what the private collection is all about. And it's not even $24.99. You have to call me quick on this one. I only have this one. And not to mention that mounting by itself, like we cannot redo this mounting for even $24.99. And on top of that, do not forget you are taking 10% off of everything. I mean, additional gold in the back, so your center stone is extra secure, two-tone look, beautiful ring. And guess what? Very first caller can get it for only $1,999 on this entire ring. And yes, we will still size it for you. If you were a newer viewer here, we also do quarter and half sizes, so have fun with that. But $19.99 and you still get to take an additional 10% off at checkout is absolutely insane, which is why that is here as the very first item of today. And again, Marion, if you're watching, I do have your Mahenge Pink Spinel up here with me. So if you're watching, just call us so I can know that you're here and present, so I don't show it and then, you know, someone else picks it up, because Mahenge Pink Spinels, we have not been getting any of the new stones in. So very special ring. So glad that it is still here. So if you would like this one, call me. It is $19.99. You still get to take your 10% off at checkout. Next up, I thought I'd like to continue a little bit with this floral type motif that we've got going on here. Now, I'm sure a lot of you guys have heard of the rose ring. This next ring is not exactly the rose ring, but it's like a take of the rose ring. And instead of all being pave diamonds, what you have in the center here is a singular larger diamond that looks like that. This is 1115336, and this is our diamond flower ring. And it's been a while since we've seen something like this. And in fact, just thinking, right, the last time we saw a flower ring with a larger diamond in the center was a rose gold colored, you know, wavy ring, right, a couple of weeks ago, I think. And that was a beautiful ring, but it's been a long time since then that, you know, we've seen a style like this. If you like flowers, I think this one, you might like this one. Has to stay like it is in the white gold. This is our 81-point center stone. It is a VS center stone. 66 points of those additional accent stones around it. Yes. Thank you. Hi, Marian. Thank you so much for calling in. I will get your Mahenge Pink Spinel. How about let's do it next? So since she's already on the line, let me just put this one aside for the moment. So if anyone's curious as to what this one is going to be, I'll be bringing it back. But first, let's get to Marian's request. It is 112-6119. So we'll put a brief hold on this one. But here we go. Here is Marian's ring. I mean, look at that, right? And don't think that, oh, what's going on in the center of that stone? It's dark. It's probably flawed, right? No. This is a specific stone cut that has made the stone so reflective that it is reflecting our studio. So as I hold it up to the light, the stone comes to life. And this is our carat 38 center stone. It is our oval. It's got a carat 36 of your diamonds in that bridge mounting. One of the bridge mountings that has one of the more diamond weights. Right, of course, for the larger stones, the larger center stones, right, there's naturally going to be more diamonds. But for this one, I mean, just look at that, right? And I would love to try it on here for you and take a look at that on the hand. I love how, you know, the stone is true to its name, right? It's neon. It doesn't get lost in the sea of diamonds. This one has to stay like it is in the white gold. And this one, Marian, if you would like it, the was price was, you know, $9,999, but we are not going to do that for today. Look at how clean and bright that stone is, right? And Mahenge Pink Spinels, there are stones that do not look like this. They may be pink, but they are going to be heavily included, right? It looks hazy. It looks like someone like breathed on it and the fog just never went away, right? This absolutely does not have that problem. It is crisp, it is sharp, it is neon, it is bright. And Marian, if you like this ring, we're going to make it $3,888. That is before your 10% off. So if you like it, $3,888 minus that 10%, and that is what it looks like from the side. So here it is, the bridge. The center stone is hovered above all of your rows of diamonds here. And there's no other Mahenge Pink Spinel that we have that looks like this, right? We have larger stones, yes, but that is going to be a lot more. So a beautiful ring. Hopefully you love it. And let's bring it back up close here for another quick look here. If you have any other questions, let me know. But that's what it looks like from the side. Again, it is that bright neon hot pink. And what I love about this particular stone is that it's not too dark, right? There are some spinels out there that lean a little bit more towards the red, which, you know, although is a little bit more rare, right? Some of us prefer to have the perfect hot pink, and looks like this one may be gone. Congratulations on this one. It is a beautiful, beautiful stone, and I hope you love it here. All right, back to this little guy right here. This is our diamond flower ring. It's a really old item number. This one was 1115336, white gold only on this one, 81 point center stone. And I mean, it is such a clean diamond. It is bright. It does not have body color to it, right? I mean, we're all looking at the same ring right here. There's no funny magic going on, you know, color correcting only the center stone, tracing the center stone, following it, making sure to, you know, erase any unwanted colors, right? Absolutely not. This is the ring, and look at how bright, how coherent it is too, right? And what I love about this is that the center stone is a perfect size. It doesn't seem like too much for this particular mounting, because have you ever seen those where a center stone just looks a little bit too large, a little bit too small for that setting that it's in, and it just looks a little weird, right? But this one does not have that problem. Although it is surrounded by pave diamonds, you can still very clearly see where your center stone is. And this is one of those fun pieces, that fun deal where we are going to keep that old pricing for the diamonds, for the gold, for the center diamond, right? We're going to keep the old pricing. But if you were curious, this ring was supposed to be $8,999, and we are not going to do that. Just want to get it out of here. You know, we're going to discount it below cost and still give you an extra 10% off, which, you know, for pieces like this, 10% off is not like, you know, $50 off, right? It's, you know, a lot more than $50 off. So very excited that this is here. It's not even going to be $4,999. And that center stone, again, it's not a, you know, 25 pointer. It's not a half carater. This is 81 points in just the center itself. So, I mean, that's what it looks like on the hand right here. If you wanted to wear it with, let's say, the Wonder Rings, you absolutely could. There is just a little bit of space underneath it to where if you wanted it to have a little bit more diamond weight around the center, like if you got one of the single row Wonder Rings, or even the double rows, you can wear around this ring right here and just dress it up a little bit here. But look at that, right? That center 81 point diamond is still absolutely dazzling. It's not even going to be $3,999. I cannot believe we are doing this price for a center stone that is as large as that, for a ring that is as detailed as this is. And again, this bangle is here. If you're interested in seeing, you know, more information about it, let me know. But just keep in mind that this bangle right here is white gold only. But this ring, look at that, right? True to size on this one, white gold only. And honestly, this is a mounting that we have not seen in a long time. I can't remember the last time I've even seen this mounting. I can't remember like what other stone that we've had in this mounting. So I do not anticipate this particular flower style to be coming back. This is your last chance to get a style like this. White gold only on this, true to size on this one. Again, quarter and half size, whatever you want to do, take your pick. And guess what? We're going to give it another discount. Another discount before your final 10% off. How does that sound? Let's bring it back up close. I can't wait for someone to get this. And let me also show you what it looks like from the back here. So also still a lot of gold just for that one singular band. I love how they did the petals, how it just curves outward like that. It's really truly such a dimensional ring, especially for something like a flower, which, you know, even like I draw, right? So even drawing flowers is kind of hard because of all the layers that it has, right? And here it's although a simplified version of a flower, it's still done so well where you can tell that it's a flower and it doesn't look flat, it doesn't look childish, it looks designer. And so if you would like this ring, one caller gets it. This is last call on this particular style. We're gonna make it $2,999 for this entire ring and take your 10% off at checkout as well. And I would love to see who is going to pick this up. So I think this is the end of our flower motifs for now. We had our mandarin garnet at the very beginning, which I think is still here. So if you're just tuning in, we've had, you know, a flower ring with a mandarin garnet in the center, and here is our second flower ring. So if you want to see anything again, let me know. And let me also mention some pieces that I have here today. I have a 254 emerald in a ring. I have a GIA certified fancy green yellow diamond. It's called a green yellow diamond, but I'm seeing more green in it. So if that sounds like something you are interested in, let me know. I have a GIA certified 39-point pear-shaped diamond as well. So got a couple of GIA certified pieces here today. If you want to see anything, let me know. I have the perfect match for a pair of tanzanite, blue wing block tanzanite earrings and pendant, but be warned, they are on the larger side. So if you already have a cushion cut ring, you're looking for the perfect match for the earrings and a pendant, I have it here for you today. And again, GI certified green yellow. It's a fancy green yellow too, so you know it's special when it says fancy. So love to see that that is here. Of course, if you have any requests, now just want to shout out something real quick here, but I've been loving the feedback the last couple of weeks. I know you guys have been, handing in requests via the website, meaning you go to the website, you see something you like, and you call in, with the item number, and that, I just have to thank everyone because that has been so much easier, right, to help us help you with your requests. And I just love it how you can just, give us item numbers just like that, and then we can just pull it up and see what it looks like, and just, it's faster, right? So again, this is a very visual field, I would say, right? You can't just say diamond ring and just, expect to know what it looks like, right? So keep it going, guys. We love that you're loving it. And of course, any feedback, all feedback is welcome as well. So just wanted to say that. So thank you so much. And let me know on this flowering right over here. It is a beautiful ring. Now, next up, something that we don't really see too much of, and that is going to be this blue stone. This is going to be 1117333. This is blue sapphire. I know. It's like, I thought blue sapphires only came in smaller sizes. No, this is a blue sapphire that is also a 2-carat exact. And this is in our signature style, double halo around it. You got your pave diamonds going down the band. Why am I bringing this out here today? Well, it's because I saw the price. And the price was also a little bit silly, especially considering where gold has gone, where diamonds have gone, and where blue sapphires, I don't want to think about it, right? Especially for a stone that passes that 1-carat range. This has passed that 1 carat and is into that 2-carat range here. This has a carat 79 total weight of all of your diamonds, and although the band has diamonds that are pave, right, those diamonds are smaller, that double halo of diamonds is not to be messed with, right? That is a significant diamond weight for a double halo. This is our $99.99 ring. It's got a lot going on here, and if you have this style, you do know how large it is. And yet here it is, housing a 2-carat exactly royal blue sapphire. My biggest grief with sapphires is that some stones are, too dark, where you really have to angle it perfectly to really see that it's a blue stone. But not here, right? It's, it's just sitting there on the wheel. I'm not touching it, right? There's nothing being adjusted. And you can see how bright and open that color is. Is it a darker stone? Naturally, yes, right? Especially if you compare it to, say, aquamarine, right? Aqua versus sapphire. Sapphires are going to be darker, but, there's that fine line between dark and too dark. And this is that perfect stone color. Now, we're not going to make this $99.99. I would love for someone to have it. And for this one, if you're okay with potentially waiting, we can change the gold color on this one, but I would really recommend it in the white gold because of how much diamonds are in this one ring, right? I mean, in fact, it's you can't see the gold in the band, right? It's all just diamonds, 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 and sapphire, right? So I would recommend it in the white gold. Wait till you see what it looks like on the hand here, because this is not a small ring to be messed around with. There it is, right? Even on the hand, look at how prominent that blue sapphire is. No color zoning, right? This is not like a fun name like a bicolor sapphire, right? This is that royal blue sapphire through and through. It's not even going to be $4,999. Again, we are doing some silly pricings on these pieces here. You see that item number? It is that item number for who knows how many years ago now. And it is here today. Price has not been changed. We just dug it out of the vault and said, you know what, one last chance before we melt this one down. And that's what it looks like from the side as well. And truly, the diamonds end where your fingers meet. So again, that's why I think you should keep it in the white gold, because truly, you're not seeing any of the gold band here. And even if we were to just stop at $49.99, right? If we just pause and take a moment and just look at, you know, the diamond weight, right, carat 79. If we look at the size of this ring and think of how much gold is required to, you know, just create this mounting, right? I mean, $49.99 for the mounting itself would be completely fair, especially if you consider today's gold prices. But there's also a 2-carat sapphire in the center. So it's like, how much are you paying for the sapphire really, right? And yet we are not done. I want to get this one more discount before it either moves on out of here or we just take it apart and melt it down. And you know, that sapphire, I don't know, goes back into the private collection, right? It doesn't stick around. So these pieces have got to move. Again, true to size on this one as well. It is, you know, very, you know, dressed out with diamonds here. And it's not even $49.99. Would love for someone to have this right here. One of the larger blue sapphires that we have. Now we do have even larger. So if you want something that's even larger in the blue sapphires, we have a couple of pieces here. So just call in with those requests. But let's bring this one back up close here and see who would like to pick it up here today. I mean, look at that, right? No matter what angle you're looking at it from, it has those bright royal blues. From the back, there is an under gallery here, so it is going to be comfortable to wear. And from the other side, all of those diamonds perfectly matched, perfectly set, back to the front, where you have your beautiful 2-carat blue sapphire. If you like this ring, we are going to make it $3,999. One caller gets it, and that's $39.99 before your 10% off, by the way. So you're getting an extra discount on top of that. And we do have a request for Veronica. Veronica would like to see some sapphires. Did she say cashmere specifically? Just purple? Oh, okay, so we have purple. So I have a cashmere here today, but I also have a purple pink, which funnily enough, I was looking at this ring a couple days ago wondering how is this still here? So Veronica, thank you so much for the request. We will get to it. We're gonna show my favorite of the two first, and hopefully Veronica would like it too. So let me know on this one, $39.99 minus 10% off at checkout. And next up, here it is. That is purple. That is a strong purple. And this is 1127069. And this kind of has a flower motif to it, right? It's kind of like a flower meets fireworks, right? This is our 217. And it's unheated. It's our unheated. Now they're calling it a purple pink, but I would say that there is more purple to it than pink. So personally, I would swap that around, call it a pink purple, but you know, it's got both colors in it. But when you look at it, it very clearly, you know, to me reads more like a purple sapphire. And this is here. It's got a beautiful blend of your pave diamonds, your bezel set diamonds, and also the mirror finish gold, which I love to see. You know, just visually, these three different, you know, aspects that I just listed out, visually gives you such a different texture, right? When you run your hand across the ring, it might not like feel necessarily different, but just visually, it just looks so different. There's such a lovely, you know, very subtle contrast to it, but you know, it's just little details like this just really make me happy. This is our $79.99 ring here. Now, Veronica, I do have another option that is a cashmere, but I'd say between the two, I do prefer this one a little bit more here. But look at this. I'll try it on the hand right now and take a look at that on the hand. I mean, it is just absolutely beautiful. Irma is here. Irma is watching. Thank you so much. I will get to your ring up next, Irma. And I mean, look at that, right? It's not a small ring, but guess what? My hands are not small, or my hands are small. And look at that, right? It doesn't feel oversized. It doesn't feel too heavy, right? It's not, well, it's very close to being knuckle to knuckle, but it's still very comfortable. My hand does not feel like I have to, you know, wear this ring and just stay perfectly still and I can't move, right? You know, I'd be perfectly fine just, you know, having this ring on my hand and, you know, driving to work, you know, typing on the keyboard, talking on the phone, right? Whatever it is, but it's not a small ring. It's got a lot of gold to it. Not to mention that 2-carat plus center stone that you see right there, bright, beautiful, clean. Again, no color zoning. It's an unheated stone, which is even more rare than those heated sapphires out there, which, you know, generally means that the price should be, you know, a little bit higher, right? But instead of keeping the price that high, we were going to bring it all the way down low. And once again, that's what it looks like from the side. So a slight layering effect leading up into your center, but you know, nothing too crazy, too over the top. Again, I think it's perfectly fine if you wear it every single day. And such a unique color too, right? It is purple, yes, but it's also got that very slight touch of pink. And I would love if for someone to have it. Veronica, hopefully this is what you were looking for here. But let's bring it back up close here, and we are going to give it one more discount here. If you would like it, call me now. We're going to make it $2,888 for this entire ring. And let me give you the complete 360 of it. So if you look at it through the back, there's no color zonings. There's no, you know, weird secondary color to it, right? It is perfect through and through. It's clean also, by the way. And true to size on this one as well. I just love how bright the color is, right? You know, we just talked about this with the blue sapphire, where some stones, it can go into the, you know, a little too dark range, but I just love how open and bright this color is, right? And it is here, $28.88. You will get your 10% off at checkout. Now, Veronica, I was handed a second option too. This is actually going to be a cashmere sapphire. So let me know if you're maybe interested in this one. So as you can see, right, a little bit smaller center stone. The design is a little bit more, you know, a little bit more toned down here. But, you know, if that's where you want to go, that's perfectly fine. Let me know if you would like to see this one more. But this is a cashmere sapphire. However, it does not have a GIA cert. But if you want, we can do a, you know, a $20 cert. You can ask your operator about that. Let me just get this cleaned up here. So if you would like either of these, let me know. And we're going to move right along here, but as you know, the one in the center is going to be my favorite of the two here. Just personally speaking, if you're looking for a purple sapphire, I'd probably go with this one. I think this color is more unique, right? It's, you know, every purple sapphire is different. We've had ones that lean more to the blue side, and this one, of course, leaning more to the pink side. So just two options here. If you want to know more about this one, Veronica, let me know. But again, my favorite of the two is going to be this one. So let me know. And next up, we have a 254 emerald here. One of the rings that are done in more of a simple style, which I absolutely love. And again, let me know on this one, $28.88. You take your 10% off at checkout. And again, hope you love it. And here we go. Emerald, it's emerald time. This is 1128857, and this is emerald. We all know how we feel about this stone sometimes, but this is TVON, and this is where we can get you quality in a ring and not have to pay, you know, $10,000 for it. This is 1128857. This is in the platinum, so stays like it is in the platinum. And yes, this is our 254 center stone. It's an emerald cut, very slight emerald cut, but yes, it is that emerald cut stone. And it's got some fun side diamonds here, yes. On the smaller one, the cashmere is $27.77. Yeah, so we're talking about the sapphires here, but yeah, it's like, visually, it's very different, but you know, cashmere sapphires, you know, those tend to be priced a little bit differently, so that's the reason why on that one. So if you want to see it, I can bring it back too, and I can show it to you, you know, both of them side by side. But this one, we've got some diamonds. We have round and marquises. And rounds and marquises are not priced the same usually. Here we have 76 points total weight of your accent diamonds. And $99.99 truly was where it started, right? When you get emeralds that look like this, where, you know, it's got the size to it, it's got the clarity to it, right? It's got that glow. I mean, I have two lights blocked right now, and that stone it looks brighter than it does like this, right? When you have your stones look like that under low light, that's how you know it's a really nice stone, right? And this is what we're going to do on this one. We can size it for you. Let me also try it on the hand here first, because I do want you to see just the design, the ring, everything about it, right? I mean, look. It's on my hand. The light is not exactly the same as it was on the wheel. And look at how bright and glowing that emerald is, right? It's not a perfect 100% clean stone, right? Emeralds very rarely are, but this one still has got that life to it. It doesn't look like a piece of green glass that you picked up from the parking lot, right? This looks like top quality emerald, and it is, which then usually means that the price is pretty, high up there, right? Now this ring, we're gonna discount it. I want to get it out of here. When you have a stone that looks like this, right, it feels bad to just have it hanging around here, right? Every so often throughout the year, I love to just go through our inventory, like images of pieces that we've had, last year, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, just to, for one, refresh on what we've had and, look at what prices were back then and, reminisce. But also too, just to look at all of these great pieces that we've had throughout the years that are now in your collections, right? And here, I hope, will be one of those pieces that will get out the door here today and get into one of your collections here that, this is a style that you can wear every single day, right? If you want an emerald ring that, you can't exactly wear every single day, but you can, have it on display and look at it, right? I've got those rings here too, don't get me wrong, right? I can bring those out. But this is a style that you really just want to like wear it and just show off, right? You don't want to just have it in your collection, just, oh, you look at it every so often, oh, that's nice, right? You want compliments. This one is going to get you compliments. And this ring is not even going to be $7,999. Would love for someone to have it. Look at that. Not have the hand at all. It is true to size on this one, just currently not really my size. But we will size it for you. Look at how substantial those diamonds are. When you have the Marquise diamonds, it really helps with covering more surface area, on the hand, right? As opposed to the rounds, right? The rounds naturally make sense, right? If you have, 5 round diamonds versus 5 Marquise diamonds, right? The area it covers is naturally going to be very different. Here, it's still a very simple style, but it works so incredibly well. And it's not even going to be $59.99 either. This is all before your 10% off at checkout. And let's bring it back up close here. One more look at it before we give it one last price drop and before we move right along here. And before we do that, I would just love to just, run around here and just block 2 of the lights again so you can see how much internal glow that emerald has, right? Again, that is full light, that is low light, right? It doesn't turn into, the background, right? In fact, it pops forward even more. If you would like it, we're gonna make it $4,999, and that is it. That is it before your 10% off at checkout. $49.99 on this one. Let me know. And blue sapphire is still here. My blue sapphire for $39.99 is still here. I think both of my flower rings are still here, being the diamond one and the mandarin garnet. So if you maybe missed it, we had a rather large mandarin garnet ring for only $19.99. If you want to see that again, let me know. But this one is here, $49.99 before your 10% off. And if you have any requests, let us know. We are here to help you. I have a lot of, high end here today. So if that's not really, what you're looking for, we can always go in the back and see what we might have and help you out here. But $49.99 on this one. I'm trying to think of if we have anything else like this, and I don't think so. I can only think of those 2 certified emeralds that we have, and those are way over $10,000. So if that's something, you want to see, you can call us and, we'll bring it out for you, but, it's, it's very different. So this one is here for $49.99. And next up, we're going to go also into the realm of the greens here. This is going to be last call on a pair of green tourmaline earrings in this particular style. We've had a couple of tourmaline earrings come out in the last couple of weeks here, and this is it. I don't have anything else in this size. I don't have anything else in this price range, so if you like some drops with your green tourmalines, this is going to be for you. It is 1116877, And let me know on this one. This beautiful Colombian emerald center stone is just a wow, right? And before we move on, that's what it looks like from the back as well. So overall, very comfortable to wear, true to size on this one. And let me know if you would like to take this one here today. But next up, we have our green tourmaline earrings. They look a little something like this. That is one of your stones, one of your earrings. You are getting the entire pair here. No backing to worry about, because these are in fact going to be those lever backs. And look at that, how bright, open, and clean these stones are. And yes, these are tourmaline, which they don't typically look like this. But this is where TVON kind of jumps in and says, hey, if you're gonna spend, this amount of money, why not get the best, right? This is the best. This is yellow gold only, 783 total weight of your two stones. They're calling it a cushion, but it's really kind of like a cushion meets barrel cut, right? It's not your typical standard, cushion cuts. It's got kind of a fancier cushion cutting to it. Two stones perfectly matched, and if you know tourmalines, you know how difficult it is to match even two green stones. And here they are, perfectly matched for you. Again, no backing to worry about. 14K yellow gold only on this one. 20 points of your diamonds. Very minimal diamonds. You have a little triangular shape right above your stone on one side, and then diamonds in the front of your lever backs here. You don't have to worry about, losing a backing, or if a backing becomes loose and then your earring falls off, right? Everything is built in for you. All you got to do is open the box, put them on, and that's it, right? They're not going to get caught on anything, right? The lever back design is very seamless, right? It's not like, I don't know, potentially Omega backs, right? I've never personally worn Omega backs more than a couple of hours, but, right? It's not going to catch. You have your stones here, perfectly matched. And here's the price. Here's the best part, right? The price. Because, again, you see that item number, you see what year it is and what year it's going to be, and you see everything that's happening out there, and you're like, oh, well, I assume these earrings would be something like $3,999, right? And yes, that's what it was, many, many years ago. But we are here to move some of these pieces out of here before, we take these pieces and we take them apart, and we take the diamonds, we take the gold, we take the tourmalines, and we just, do something else with it and hope for the best, right? But this is already a perfectly matched pair. I'm sure, if you have earrings, how many of you have green tourmaline earrings, right? Tourmalines, they tend to be a little bit on the larger side, right? We don't really do tourmalines in the smaller side, especially for the greens, right? In fact, I have a rather large green tourmaline in a ring. And if you want to see that, let me know. But, earrings in this size, it's not easy to do. It's not every day that you see it. This is the very last pair that I have in green tourmalines of this size. In fact, let me borrow one here and show you what it looks like against the hand, so you can get a true size perspective of it, because it's not, jumbo size. It's not, overdone. It's not too heavy for the ear. This is everyday wearable, and maybe it's just me thinking of the holiday spirit, but does it not look like you could wear this on Christmas, right? It is just that green, that very specific green color that we all know, that we, typically associate with, Christmas, holidays, right? And although it's very simple, it could give off a very festive vibe. It almost looks like you have Christmas lights hanging from your ears, right, with how bright these stones are. And guess what? Not even going to be $29.99. Would love for someone to have these. And again, with the lever back style right here, you got a basket still, so the stones are not going to be, free falling here. It's still got a basket, so the stones are extra secure. And if you would like it, we're gonna make it $1,999 for the entire pair. And on top of that, you get an additional 10% off of $19.99. Let's bring it back up close here, and I will show you what one looks like against the ear. And there we go, right? Again, that perfect size. And it doesn't matter, if your hair is short or long, you wear up or down, right? I mean, as these stones move with you, that stone is going to look like that, right? And given the cutting too, it might look a little different depending on the angle that the light is hitting on, right? Whether you're inside versus outside, right, versus in front of a, a fireplace, right? These stones are going to look different depending on the light source that you were under or around. And it's only $19.99 for this. And look at how dynamic they are, right? Just barely moving them, shaking them as I'm holding them here. But look at how they flow and how, how eye-catching they are, right? So $19.99 on these. Let's bring it back up close here. Take another look at both stones here together. I love how the back is also open, so you can also just really let the light through, right? Let the light through and let these stones have their own fun and just, show off to the entire world around you. But $19.99 is going to be your final price, or before your 10% off, right? $19.99 minus 10% off on these earrings. Perfectly matched pair. I don't have anything else in the inventory that looks like this. The next best thing I have to green tourmaline earrings are a pair of studs. And those stones are smaller than this. The style is smaller than this, and it's more. So here's where you can really swoop in, pick these up, and just be like, I just stole from TVON. So let me know on this, $19.99. And next up, funnily enough, I didn't really think about it, but I also have a fire opal coming up next. And since we were just talking about Christmas, I think this green and this red could go well together. I mean, look at that, right? You've got your greens, you've got your reds. Here I have a marquise cut. It is a fire opal, and guess what? It is smooth on the top. It's got that buff top look to it. And why not just show it up next? It is 1128734. Let me know on these earrings right over here. I'm gonna move them aside here. And here we go on this really unique cut of a fire opal. This is our platinum setting. You've got 452 of your marquise fire opal center stone. Talk about Christmas lights. This one actually kind of has a shape for it. And the glow, the brightness, right, the color. 40 points of your diamonds on this one. You've got your diamonds paved on either side there. It's a surprising large stone, right? It's got a pretty substantial weight to it, especially considering the platinum. This one, want to do something a little silly, right? We've had a lot of silly prices today so far. This one, we're gonna kind of take it next level here. But before that, let me show you what it looks like against the hand here. As there we go, right? That is 4.5 carats, 452 to be exact, but my oh my, just the sheer size of that center stone is like, is that right? Right? And this entire ring, not my size currently, but we will size it for you. But look at that. Similar, kind of a similar concept too, right? It really depends on the angle at which, the light hits your hand. And I'm sure your ring will look incredibly different if you were outside with this ring on. But I just love how it doesn't hit the stone like any other faceted stone, right? The light really just, it kind of glides within the stone, right? It doesn't like bounce off and sparkle and flash, right? This really has that it's very glowy look, right? It's glowing, it's, not exactly flashing in your face, but, it's still got that, internal fire to it, right? That internal spirit. And $29.99 is not going to be your price on this one here today. It is true to size on this one. But for an entire ring in platinum, and we're going below $29.99 is kind of crazy. But here we go. Love how the diamonds are smaller and pave too, where it really balances it out, right? If you have large stones, large diamond accent stones, then it'd be a little, like the contrast is a little too high, right? You have diamonds, sparkling on one side, and you have this more like, how do I say this? It's very like, it's very calm, right? Instead of like, fireworks, boom, power, right? This is very calming, right? And so having the smaller diamonds next to it, it really gives it this, the perfect amount of sparkle to where it's not overwhelming each other. And this one, $29.99, not going to be your final price here today. Look at that, right? When it just hits the light just right, the stone just looks so different. And this is what we're gonna do on our fire opal buff top. Only one of this kind right here, right? Even thinking about the platinum basket, right, from different angles, it really contributes to how bright the stone can get. And if you would like it, we're gonna make it $1,999. Very first caller gets this. Let me do a whole tour on this one as well. So you have your prongs. The prongs are very subtly there, which I do appreciate, because when you have a stone that looks like this, you do want it to be secure, but you also don't want it to be like covered with prongs. Then it kind of loses, you know, the meaning, right? But this has, you know, 4 prongs. It has it at the top and bottom points and on the left and right sides there. So your stone is going to be secure. But I love how the prongs are just so subtle that I didn't even see the ones on the sides until just now. So your stone is going to be very secure, but it's also going to be, you know, you can see the most of your stone as you are wearing it on your hands, and the backside is going to be faceted here. So love to see it. And there it is from the other side too, and that is what I'm talking about, where the platinum really just contributes to how bright your stone can get too. Naturally, you know, the facets in the back do help the most, but you know, it's just such a different stone. Would love for someone to have it for only $19.99 on this one here today. Let me know if you would like to take it. And we do have, if you have any requests, again, get those in. I have sea lion pendants, one with a mandarin garnet, one with a blue zircon. I'm gonna do it your same price, your choice of, so if you're interested in that. I have, again, GIA certified pink diamond, my 39 pointer, and also a GIA certified fancy green yellow diamond. So if any of those sound like something you are looking for, call me, let me know. And also pink diamond radiant cuts in a bypass style too. Can't believe that ring is still here. So if you want to see that, let me know. My emerald may still be hanging out here. So if there's anything that you have seen so far, you would like to take another look at, let me know. We can bring it out. And moving on ahead, speaking of mandarin garnets, I wanted to bring out 2 of our larger stones from the private collection, because when you have a 10% off, right, that's when your savings are the most. And I just think, you know, when you have an opportunity like this, really just take it as the chance to really just complete or even proceed with your collection, right? So here we go. We have 2 mandarin garnets. They are going to be larger stones. We're gonna do the same price, so you can take your choice of. But I just think that when you have 2 stones that look like this, you just have to show them together and have to give an option, right? So we have this one right over here. Now, funnily enough, this one is going to be the larger stone of the 2. And we also have this one. Now, if you are looking at these 2 rings, at these 2 stones, and you're, you know, having a hard time deciding which one you like more, if you were to ask me, I do like the one on the right side just a little bit more. To me, it reads just a little bit more clean. The color is just a little bit more open. I do prefer this one right over here. So that's just my 2 cents. If you're looking at them both and you're like, wow, I've been looking for something like this and I can't decide, I do like the one on the right side just a little bit more. Now, the one on the right can also change the gold color. The one on the left, we do recommend you keep it in the white gold here. So with that being said, these are going to be the same price. You take your choice of. I will get to this one first. And if you would like to see the other one, you let me know. But this one is going to be 1127740. This is going to be the smaller of the 2. So if you're curious, the other one is a 447 center. This one right here is a 392, but it sure does look a little bit larger than the other one, right? Both stones are from the private collection. Both stones are in fact mandarin garnet. For this one, you have a carat 34 total weight of your VSY diamond single halo. You have a diamond split shank, and you have a diamond just between the halo and the split shank over there. And funnily enough, I do like yellow gold a lot, but for this one in particular, I would keep it in the white gold purely for maximum contrast between the ring itself and the center stone. If you've heard me throughout the years, I've always said mandarin garnets should belong in yellow gold. That's how they look the best in. But for the very first time, starting with this ring, I'm thinking mandarin garnet, it looks pretty good in white gold, especially if it looks like this. Because before it's like, the mandarin garnets that were not in the private collection, right? We've had a couple of stones here and there that were absolutely amazing, but to me it was, the thought process was, if the mandarin garnet is not in the yellow gold, it just makes a stone look so dull. Which is why before I was preaching about keeping these stones, changing them to the yellow gold, but then we introduced stuff that looks like this, and then suddenly it's like, I don't care what gold color it's in, it looks fantastic. But for this one, I do like to keep a contrast there. So if you want maximum contrast, if you just really want that center stone to just pop, stick with the white gold. If you, still like it in the yellow gold, if you're okay with waiting, it doesn't look bad in the yellow gold, we can change it for you. And this is what we're gonna do. Both rings started at $12,999. Out of the private collection, some of the largest stones that we've had come out. And here they are today on a Wednesday evening on a 10% off sales show. And we are going to bring it to the lowest price. These stones have been discounted. They have been discounted before your extra discount. That's how eager we are to get these out of here. We want someone to really just witness and experience private collection mandarin garnets. I never thought in my entire life that these stones could look like this. I've always thought they'll always be forever included, which is not necessarily a bad thing, right? Included stones usually equals that they are natural from the earth. Every stone that we have here natural and from the earth, but to have a naturally really included stone hit this level of clarity, it's like, what's going on here, right? Where did this come from? And this is what we're gonna do on this one. Starting from $13,000, we are going to bring it all the way down to not even $6,999, right? Half off just like that. We are not done yet. Would love for someone to have it. And this is not a small ring either. It's not a small stone. It's not a small ring. This is what it looks like on the hand. And I mean, just look at that, right? The color is unbelievably open. The stone is incredibly clean. And it's that perfect 50-50 orange, right? Mandarin garnets throughout the years, we've seen them. Some lean more orange or more red. Some lean more yellow, right? Some are lighter, some are too dark, right? But this it's just orange, right? It's not an brownish orange. It's not a reddish orange. It's not a yellowish orange. You look at the stone and it's just one word, right? It's just orange, right? It's not like other stones, let's say, like some citrines, right? Some citrines, they're more, brownish orange when they get to the darker side. Some citrines are more of a yellowish orange, more yellow, right? Leaning on the brighter side. But this is just pure orange. There's no secondary colors to it. There's no secondary hues to it. This is perfection in a mandarin garnet. And yes, although we've had a lot of stones here and there that, are top quality, right? Very high quality stones that people from around the world, ask us about, right? This is one of them. And this is in fact a perfect mandarin garnet. Would love for someone to have it. We're not even going to make it $4,999 here today. And truly, if you get this, I would really just keep it in the white gold, because you don't see that band, right? When it's on your hand, that is all you are seeing. And the entire time it's been on my hand, I've just been staring at the mandarin garnet. I haven't been looking at the diamonds, right? It's like, I don't care what mounting it's in. I just want that center stone. And I hope someone out there has the exact same feeling as me, where it's like, you see a stone that looks like this, you can't look up mandarin garnet, you can't look up 392 mandarin garnet for sale and find something that looks like this, right? If you can, very high chance it's just gonna be a loose stone. and then you're gonna have to spend an extra couple $1,000s to get that stone set, right? Everything is done for you here. It's not even going to be $3,999. Would love for someone to really just get this, right? Add it to your collection, and guess what? If it's, you know, a little too much for you, right? Too large of a stone for you, if it's too beautiful for you, right? You can send it right on back. But you really have to see what this material is made of, right? Even now, if you were to, you know, call in and say, hey, I would like to request some mandarin garnets, right? 99% chance what we bring out is going to be from the private collection. In fact, in the entire inventory, from what I can think of right now, we have like 2 pieces that are not from the private collection. We have upgraded every other mandarin garnet so that it is from the private collection. We're not dealing with the old stuff anymore, right? We just want the good stuff. We want the new stuff, and this is that good stuff. Let's bring it back up close. It's not even $39.99. Would love for someone to have it. I mean, here, let's even take a moment here and zoom into the stone, because I would love for, you know, for you to just look at it, right? It's beautiful. The color is open. The cutting is perfect, right? This is natural mandarin garnet. There's no, you know, going into the stone and cleaning it up a little here and there, right? There's none of that. This came out of the earth, faceted, set into a ring for someone out there here today. It's not even $39.99. One caller gets it. One collector, truly, collector's piece will get it. We're gonna make it $38.88, which also means that 1, you get 10% off at checkout, but also 2, if you are a little bit more, you know, liking this one instead, this one is also going to be $38.88. But between the 2 and just considering the stone sizes, I do like this one a little bit more. If you want to see this one, let me know. But this one for $38.88 minus your 10% off is incredible, especially for a stone of this size, for something that came out of the private collection, something that no one else has, right? If you walk into those, you know, jewelry stores in person and say, show me your mandarin garnets, like, are they going to know what that is, first of all? And second of all, if they do, it's not going to look like this, right? This is, you know, how long have I been here? And only recently, like what, last year, this year, have we been blessed with this material. It is insane. And if you like the other one, let me know. But $38.88, take your pick. And Karen, we have some requests here. Some diamond bands for everyone. These have been wildly popular as of late. Perfect for stacking, perfect for gifting, available in all gold colors, ring sizes, whatever you want. Let me know on this one. We may be verifying on it as we speak here. But again, if you do prefer the other one, same exact price, slightly larger center stone, but I just like this one a little bit more. So there it is. Let me know. And next up, we have a trio. And luckily, these are all going to be the same exact price. So we'll bring them all up together. We have some very everyday wearable and perfect gift idea for anyone of all ages. And here we go. I just want to linger on this ring. I really do not want to move on. I just want to sit here or stand here and just stare at this ring for the next 2 hours, but here we are. Gotta move on. If you want to think about it, let me know. This is why some of these pieces are here early. I really want you to think about it. And again, truly, with 10% off, it really is a big deal, right? I know it's, you know, we just had a huge, 10% off sale, just a couple months ago, but, it doesn't happen every single day. So while it's here, you really gotta, take this as an opportunity and just really jump for these pieces before they are gone, before they are taken apart. And I know that if I were, management here, I would take this ring apart in a heartbeat and just take that stone for myself. So here it is. We're gonna move on. Now we have a trio requested by Karen. Thank you for the request. And, I'm going to somehow remember which one is which, but let me know on this one. Again, take down those item numbers, even if it's in, the exact same show, write down those item numbers. So if you need to think about it, for a couple minutes here and there, right? You'll know which ring to refer to when you call back in. So take your screenshots too, you know, record the video, right? Anything you gotta do, just do not forget about this ring. We will recap it as many times as needed till it goes out the door here, but let's go. And we are going to bring a trio of rings here, so I will have to zoom out just a hair. But these are all here by request for Karen. Luckily, we can also make a couple of everyone else happy here. So we do have a selection of these smaller, daintier styled rings here. So thank you, Karen, very much for the request. We're gonna do the same price. $9.99 should be priced on this. This is kind of like a mini trio, right? A mini wheel, which I do not have any wheels today, so forgive me, but I do have, you know, pairs, right? We had a pair of mandarin garnets. I have a pair of 2 very interesting rings. So if you want to see that, let me know. Yes. Thank you very much. Those earrings are gone. Congrats on that. And that is it for the tourmaline earrings. Do not forget about my mandarin garnets. They will be here. I will be showing them off as time goes on here. But here we have our trio, and if anyone would like any of these 3 rings, we are going to do a crazy price on this. Crazy because of gold prices. Crazy because of everyone is going up and up and up and up in terms of pricing their pieces, and we are going down and down and down and down, and an extra 10% down. If you would like any of these rings up here, they are going to be $499, and that is before your 10% off. Now let's go over some carat weights here. Hopefully I got this right. Let's see. Okay, so the one on the left side is going to be the 11 points total weight on the one on the left. The one in the center is going to be 10 points, so 1 point smaller. And the one on the right is going to be 9 points. So actually that's perfect. So here is going to be 11 points total weight, 10 points total weight, and 9 points total weight on that one. Yes, questions? Try anything on? Yes? We've got a couple of these rings already verifying here. Again, white, yellow, or the rose gold, whatever you want. Mandarin garnet is verifying as we speak. If you want to see a larger one, as in a larger mandarin garnet, I do have a 464. Not that much larger, but the price is about double from what we had just now, so yikes. So that's why, you know, that's why I brought those 2 out, right? Those 2 stones are just, can't pass up the opportunity here. $4.99, take your pick. Gonna try on this one first. So we're gonna go from the larger one down to the smaller. And these rings are also perfect for, like, if you wanna wear it here, if you wanna wear it on pinky, even on the thumb, right? I think these rings you can wear literally anywhere. We'll do whatever size you need, 1/4 sizes, whatever gold color you need. If you want to get more than one and just stack them all together. In fact, let me move this over to my thumb here so you can see what this looks like as a thumb ring, right? I mean, that is not a traditional thumb ring. That is like you went to some high-end designer and were like, here, custom make me a thumb ring. I don't want to be like everyone else. And they made you this, right? But nope. $4.99 on this. Take your 10% off, and look at that. Very comfortable to wear. VS diamonds, of course. Solid 14 karat gold. Take your pick of, and let's bring it back up close here. I will try on the other ones as well here. And there we go. And of course, the one in the center right over here kind of got that bypass style. This one is also going on the hand here. Questions? Thank you so much, Karen. Thank you for the request too, right? We're helping a lot of people out here on these rings. This is kind of like that connected bypass style, which, you know, I also love as a potential thumb ring, which I will also try on there. But even pinky rings, or if you want to stack it again together, I can only imagine, you know, taking 3 of these rings and stacking them all together, you know, going down the hand. And let me move this over to my thumb here so you can see what this one looks like as a potential thumb ring, right? Perfect gift idea. And don't think that because these are diamond band rings that we have, you know, a million of them made up, right? These are still custom made. We want to hear what gold color and ring size you want, and we will custom make these from scratch. We'll have our diamond set one by one for you. And let me also try on this last one where it's kind of like a wave. And here it is on the hand on this one. There she is. The wave is on the hand, and I will also try it on the thumb as well. But this one is going to be the smallest one of the carat weights. So take a look at that. You've got your contrast of your pave diamonds and the mirror finished gold right here. Love to see it. It's got that subtle wave design to it. And let me also move this over to my thumb here so you can see also what this might look like as a potential thumb ring. Again, perfect idea for stacking, you know, whether it's with this ring or another ring that you might have, whatever it may be. Thank you. My private collection Mandarin garnet has gone, which does mean my other one is here. So we can also give that a full presentation if you would like to see it. And of course, do not forget about my bangle right over here. But $4.99 on your band rings. Take your pick. And let's bring it back up close and give it one last 60 seconds here before we move on. And can I ask who got that Mandarin garnet? Thank you so much. You are going to love that ring. It is such a beautiful one. You know, I have to take a picture of it before it goes out here because it is just one of the best Mandarin garnets I have ever seen. And here it is. Do not forget. The other one is still here too. So again, I picked out two of our larger stones here if you want to see the other one too. It's got a larger center stone. It's got, you know, more gold to it. So if you want to see that one, it is here too. So just let me know and we can bring it out and show it to you too. Now, I'm going to go a little bit crazy and go into the deep end of things here. And next up, I want to share with everyone that fancy green yellow diamond that I have been mentioning because I just realized something. It is an old price. I did not realize it, and good thing I didn't realize it because then it probably would have been, you know, twice or three times the price that it currently is. This coming up next is going to be our one and only green yellow diamond. It is GIA certified and it is an absolutely unique stone. It is a unique diamond color. When we say, you know, green yellow, I'm gonna call it a green diamond here because to me it definitely does read more green. When we think of green diamonds, we typically think of, right, we've had chameleon diamonds of varying green colors. We've had, you know, straight up green diamonds that don't in fact look like this. This is going to be 1112955, and this is our fancy green yellow diamond. I have to say this first, but the one reason I love this stone so much is the fact that the color is so clean. And what do I mean by clean, right? When you look at other green diamonds and other, you know, chameleon diamonds, there's usually, you know, browns to it. There's usually grays to it, right? There's usually other, you know, oranges to it, which, you know, orange and green mixed together, not exactly a nice color. But when you have a stone that is just outright a fancy green yellow and it's clean like this, it doesn't look muddy, it doesn't look, you know, dull, right, the color. It looks bright. It may not have the saturation of, you know, a fancy intense diamond, right? But you can still very clearly see the color that this diamond has. And it's not dark, it's not too light because, you know, some diamonds that we've had here and there that I've seen, right? It's just, you know, some diamonds, they just don't have enough color in it for me to like it that much. But this one, right, sitting on the wheel right in front of you, I mean, do I even have to say that this is a green diamond, right? It's green yellow, yes, but we are all seeing that level of green that this stone has. And here is the best part. I don't want to scare anyone here, but this ring was supposed to be $44,999. And that was way back when. I think this ring was here before I even got here. So it's been a long time, right? It's been a long time, and since then, a lot of things have changed. But the price on this one has not. In fact, I don't know if there's like a device out there that we can, you know, test how long this Sharpie marker has been on this bag for, but you know, the picture is worn out. I can barely read the information on it, but this is our 213 center stone. It is here, and we are going to do a crazy price on a 213 fancy. It's not a fancy light. It's not a faint. It's not a very light. It's not a light. This is a fancy colored diamond. And here is the cert that you will get with it. So, you know, the center stone has got its, you know, documents. So you don't have to question, is it a natural stone? Is it a lab created stone? Like, what is that, right? Everything is here listed for you. And here it is, carat weight is 213. Fancy green yellow, meaning they're calling it a green yellow. So more of the yellow color with green as an adjective, if you will. But if we're all looking at it, I mean, clearly we're seeing more of the greens, but GIA, you know, very strict with these gradings, especially for these larger stones. And something that I never thought I had to say, but is very important, the color origin is natural. Color distribution is even. This is a VS2 stone. It is fairly clean. Now, if we just move over here and take a look at your clarity characteristics, I'm going to point out where I see inclusions. That is right over here. I'm sure everyone can see that, right? Not too large, not in the center of the stone. And on the other side, I see something right over here. So I'm assuming that's, you know, mirroring what's over here. So you do have something over here and very small inclusions, like right there in the corner. I don't know if everyone can see that, but there's something right over there. And that is all I can see. There is nothing else to be seen except for those couple of marks. This is the GIA cert for you. It is our fancy colored diamond. Fancy sits right over here. So right in this huge block right over here, that is where your fancy diamond is. A lot of these colored stones that we've had, especially, you know, the pinks and whatnot, they do tend to be a little bit higher in the lighter color. But this is fancy, and we do not exactly get a lot of these very often. So here it is, my one and only. In all of my years here, I have not even seen another, you know, stone look like this. So let's take another look at it here. And there it is. Our fancy green yellow VS2 GIA certified diamond. Here's the best part. It's not even going to be $29,999. Just like that. How much money has been saved just for you, and we are not yet done. I promised the old price. I promised the price of, you know, whatever it was when this ring was created. And I am going to deliver on that. And before we do that, let me also do one more thing, and that is try on this ring. Because I know we're all waiting to see how does it look on the hand. And there it is. You have your 213 center stone surrounded by carat 47 of your VS diamonds. And even here, where I was a little worried, right? Because when you have a lot of VS diamonds together, there tends to be a little competition. But I feel better about it because the color, you know, it truly lives up to the fancy description. Because of the fancy color, it doesn't blend and disappear into your VS accent stones, right? You can still very distinctly see where your fancy green yellow is. And we're going to do even better on that price tag here. It's true to size on this one. It's all diamonds, so you know, you don't have to be too careful. Of course, I would still be careful when wearing your pieces, but right, it's not like wearing a color change screen where you do have to be a little bit more careful. This is all diamonds, all solid 14K white gold. And here is what we're gonna do on my one and only fancy green yellow diamond here today. True to size on this one, of course. And let's bring it back up close. Would love for someone to grab it. I mean, can you imagine, even if we were to have a 2 carat like white diamond, which I'm trying to think. I don't know if we've had a 2-carat white diamond before. I can't remember. Even a 2-carat white diamond, right? The price would be insane, right? We've seen 1-carat diamonds and we've seen what they go for right now. Solitaire stones, by the way, single stones, not multiple stones. So to have something that's even more rare than a simple white diamonds, being this, and still doing that same old price that it was way back when, is crazy. And wait till you hear it, because this ring is not even going to be $19,999. Truly, if this piece were to go, and if you were to call me 2 seconds too late and say, hey, missed out on that diamond, the green diamond, do you have another one? The answer is no. The answer is, well, we do have stones that are like 10 points, maybe not even 10 points, but they are really dark, and quite honestly, you can't really see the green to it unless you are under really bright, intense lights. This right here, just right in front of your face, right? Green. It's that open, it almost feels like a springtime color, right? It doesn't look gray, it doesn't look dull, right? A VS2, that stone is going to be bright and popping and flashing. If you will like this, seriously consider it. Again, this still qualifies for that 10% off, right? The moment I put it on the screen, right, you instantly get 10% off of what my lowest price is, including a piece like this. And again, we've had, $50 off before as a sale. We've had $100 off before as a sale, but 10% off, this is where it really matters, right? For these high-end pieces, this is where that 10% off, it really matters. And this one, I hope, will go out the door because, again, this specific color, we do not see it often. We do not see it every single day. If you're a diamond collector and you have white diamonds, yellow diamonds, pink diamonds, blue diamonds, and you are missing that green diamond, well, here it is, my one and only option just for you. Not everyone can get stuff that looks like this, and we are going to make it $18,888. One collector gets it. 10% off of that as well at checkout. Let me know if you would like to take it. And of course, it's also everyday wearable, right? It's got that under gallery. So here you've had your double halo of diamonds, and in the back, that is where you have your under gallery. So we want to make this ring as comfortable as possible for you to wear every single day, because it is not every single day that you come across a diamond that looks like this, and it is here today for only $18,888 minus 10% off at checkout. See it in person, and then you can decide if you want to keep it or not. And let's give this one 60 seconds here before we move on. And of course, if you want to see any of my other private collection mandarin garnets, it's no surprise. The first couple of times we've introduced the private collection mandarin garnets, the price was a little bit different, and it was like, ooh, a little, intimidating, right? But after you really saw what it looked like in person, it's like, you guys have been loving it. So if you want to see more of the larger mandarin garnets, I've got you covered. And we can, of course, bring those out here if you want to see it. But this green diamond, you do not see every single day. We have only one of these green diamonds. We have, multiple of others, right? We've had, I feel like, I want to say this, but we've had more blue diamonds in the past than we've had green diamonds that look like this. So truly a rare opportunity to get a stone of this color, of this size too. If you want 10-point stones, I can get you a 10-point stone. If you want a 213 for this price, I can get you this stone, but not for this price. And not to mention this ring, this stone set in an entire ring is simply not possible in today's day and age at this price. So let me know if you'd like to take it. It is an absolute steal. Again, GIA certified center stone. I'm not calling it a fancy. It has been sent to GIA, and they themselves have labeled this as a fancy green yellow. It is an important stone. Please think about it. If you have any questions, let me know. And we are way past the top of the hour, but hi, hello. My name is Joyce. I am here today with you guys and tomorrow, covering for Lauren here, so she will be back with us on Friday. But keep the requests coming. We've had a lot of requests in the first hour here. Again, if there's anything that you see that you want to see again, like any of my fire opals, my blue sapphires, right? Anything you want to see again, let me know. It's been a crazy first hour here. If you have any requests, let me know. We can bring it out for you here. My emerald is still here as well, so if you want to take another look at that one, let me know. But man, that green diamond is like, I can't get over it, right? Nothing else in the entire inventory in, the last couple of years have come in looking like that. So if you really want to take that green diamond, I mean, if you want to talk about it, like, as long as it's still here by the end of the show, like, I will stay here for as long as you need me to talk with you about it. That piece absolutely has to go. Diamond collectors, this is your chance. So keep that one in mind, let me know. And for our second hour, I'd like to bring a little bit more of the earrings here. We do have my Henge pink spinel earrings. Speaking of fancy diamonds, I have a pair of earrings with fancy diamond colors because it is an entire collection of fancy diamonds in your ears. So if you know the pair of earrings, they are here. And blue wing block tanzanites, I have the perfect match pair for earrings and a pendant. So if you want to take a look at those, let me know. If there's anything I'm saying that you want to see, you let me know. And let's get right back into it. Take another look at our green diamond here. And if you say, oh yeah, I already have a green diamond, I need a pink diamond, I have a GIA certified pink diamond too. In fact, let me quickly flash it here. I have 2 GIA certified pink diamonds. I have 1 pink diamond ring that is not certified. It is going to be that bypass style ring, but look at that. Pink diamond GIA certified inner ring. If you want to take a look at this one, let me know. Otherwise, it will be here whenever it is here. And next up, I would like to share a pair of earrings. Mahenge pink spinels. Stones are not nearly as large as the ring we had in the first hour here. It is going to be 112-5171, and this is truly a one of its kind here. In fact, if you already have a Mahenge pink spinel ring, if you already have a pink spinel pendant, you already got it all, but you're just missing the earrings, or if you have the earrings and you really want to add to your ears, say you have multiple piercings, this is a great style to do so with. Let me know on this one. Do not forget about this ring. I will bring it back as many times as needed. But take a look at this. Perfectly matched stones. Out of all of the stones that I've had to match throughout the years, I think pink spinel is one of the ones that are incredibly difficult. Throughout the years, you've seen a lot of these stones, and as I mentioned before, a lot of them do lean more towards one side or the other, right? Some of them look like pink sapphires, some of them just straight up look red, right? So it's a really difficult stone to juggle and to match and to pair together. But here we have a pair for you. White gold only on this one. $19.99 should be price. And again, this has that backing built in here, so it's kind of like a hoop style, so there truly is no backing. It's all built in. You're not going to have to worry about losing a backing and the earring falling off, and then you can never wear the earrings again because we can't find a perfectly matched stone. Not to mention these are pear shapes. Pear shapes come in all shapes and sizes. One of my least favorite shapes to match because it's just, one stone is just a little bit too long, a little bit too wide, right? So here it is, 2 stones perfectly matched. If you would like it, not even going to be $999. 70 points total weight in your Mahenge pink spinels. 13 points in your diamonds going down the point of your spinels, going down your ear. And we are going to make it $699. Take your 10% off of this one. Let me know if you would like to take it. And let me also show you what one of them looks like on the hand, or rather against the hand here. And there we go. You have your neon hot pink, right? It doesn't blend into the background. It is bright, right? It's there. It's got presence to it. You've got your diamonds going down the front. It almost looks like it's floating there. And then you get an entire pair. Very difficult to do earrings like this. $6.99. Take 10% off at checkout. Let's bring it back up close here, and I will show it to you against the ear here. So there we go. The mahogany pink spinel will go into your ear, or that part will go into your ear, the post, and then the diamonds will go down your ear here, creating this kind of like a half oval hoop. And there you have it, $6.99 on the entire pair. Let's bring it back up close here, take another quick look before we move on. And I would love to bring these stones back, right? I would love to bring out more of these, you know, half caraters, 1 caraters, but it's just no longer possible. So what we have is what we have. It's sad, yes, but it is what it is. And here we go. Let me know on this one. $6.99 last pair on this. White gold only, stays like it is. And we also do have color change sphene in the earrings as well. So if you already have your rings, you already have your pendants, you're just missing that earring look to complete your set. I have a pair of color change sphene earrings here today. They are going to be in that stud style. It's going to be 112-8471. Let me know on this one here. And of course, do not forget about my green diamond. And here we go. They will dance a little. There is one of them. I'm going over to grab the other one here. And there they are. You have your color change sphenes in a pair of earrings right here. Both stones are incredibly dazzling. 18K white gold, of course, given how rare these stones are, had to give them that gold purity upgrade. White gold, they stay like it is. Designer mounting. That's right. Designer mounting that was made specifically for these 2 stones. Of all the mountings in the world, of all the mountings in TVON's inventory, we could have picked any random pair of round earring mountings to set these stones into, but we went, nope. These stones are too special to just do whatever with them. They are TVON exclusive. We can't just, you know, put them in a single halo of round diamonds and then call it a day, right? We had to dress them up. And even dressed up with 72 points total weight of your tapered baguettes, these stones are far outshining those baguette white diamonds. This is our $69.99 pair of earrings. Not today. We're going to bring it all the way down. And again, 2 perfectly matched stones. Pairs are not exactly easy to do, even for stones like this. Luckily, I haven't had to match any color change sphenes before, but it's not easy to do, right? It's kind of like the blue wing black tanzanites, where you do have to also consider, you know, how deep the stone color is, the red flashes too, right? Because blue wing black tanzanites across the board, they will have slightly varying levels of red flashes. All of them do have it, but they will be, you know, just slightly different here and there. And we are really picky and want to be, you know, we want to be perfectionists with how we match our stones here, including these. So here's what we're going to do on this one. We're going to make it $2,999 on my one and only pair of color change sphene in an earring. And this is what one of them looks like against the hand here. So truly you can see how incredible that sphene is. And it's $29.99 minus your 10% off, right? It almost makes the diamonds look a little sad, but you know, the diamonds are still there. They're still tapered baguettes, very pricey stones, especially to make in a custom mounting such as this one. But all of your attention is on the sphene. And this is truly, this is the Christmas, like the Christmas tree stone, right? Where it's got that mix of, first and foremost, the greens, the reds, and then secondary colors like the yellows and the oranges, right? Really a festive stone, perfect for the upcoming holidays here. $29.99. Let's bring it back up close here and take another look at it as I also show it to you against the ear here so you can see what I am talking about. We are moving further and further away, and look at how dazzling those stones are. $29.99 for the entire pair of earrings. And what I love about this too is that the halo itself, it's not a round. It's got a slight cushion shape to it. So if you wanted to even just angle it just a little bit so it has sort of like a diamond look, right? You can do that and it gives it a totally different look. And these are larger studs, but they will not fall forward. A standard, post and butterfly backings will do perfectly with these. And they're $29.99 minus your 10% off at checkout. And let's bring it back up close, show you what both these stones look like together. Best part is the post is perfectly in the back. So, there really is no, wrong way or upside down or this or that, right? You're going to wear them however you want. And again, we're showing them like they are true cushions here. But if you wanted to just angle it a little bit so they have a slightly larger presence on the ear, it's a very subtle difference, but it does go a long way. So let me know on this, $29.99. And for next up, we have the fancy diamond earrings look. We've had these earrings here for, many a times. So I may not spend as much time on these because a lot of you have probably already seen these. But in case you are newer with us, we do have a pair of earrings that has all of the fancy colors you could think of. We've had yellow diamonds, orange diamonds, pink diamonds, purple diamonds, maybe even a little green diamond in there. So these earrings are coming up next. If you've seen them, if you've been thinking about them, they are still here. One last look on a pair of fancy diamond earrings here today. They are going to be a little bit larger than our usual, stud style. Even a button style will be pushing it, but they are here. It is 1124455 coming up next. Let me know on this one. And again, if you have any requests, let me know. Color change fiends, I can't say for certain we have much left in the inventory at all. I do believe we might have a larger pair of earrings with the omega backs, but I may be wrong on that, so we'll have to double check. If you want to see those, let your operators know. They can go in the back and help me look for those, but here they are. Our fancy diamond earrings, one singular pair, and even in the middle of all of this, I am not seeing a single green. Yep, not seeing a single green diamond. I don't see it. Who would have thought, right? In this collection, we are missing a green. We do have kind of like a, well, if we're being really picky here, the marquise on the far left side on this one, it kind of looks like it has a little touch of green to it compared to the others, but it's not a true green. So you've got your fancy colors minus the greens. You've even got some fawns in here and no green. But this is it, 18K yellow gold, 643 total weight of all of your fun diamonds there. And you've got 28 points total weight of your round white diamonds. Very difficult to spot, but you do have some usual normal round diamonds here and there to kind of just fill in the gaps here and there. This was supposed to be $23,999, and it's been here a couple of times. Last call on this one. I would hate for this to be melted down. I really would, because you have all of these diamonds that are all different shapes, different sizes, different colors. And someone, a designer, had to get all of these stones and place them at the perfect angle to fit all of these stones into this particular shape. Because when you have these stones, you can't exactly, have one that's a round shape and then the other earring is like an emerald cut shape, right? Then it'd be a cool concept, but when we see our earrings, especially earrings that are as important as this, we do like them to be more symmetrical. So just thinking about, what really went into, the diamond placements here is really impressive. And I'm honestly like, I would not have the patience to do this, right? I'd just be like, just make them into like, just sprinkle them somewhere and hope for the best, right? But no, every single diamond here was meticulously thought through of, you know, where to put it. You can't exactly have all of the orange diamonds in one ear and all of the pink diamonds in the other ear and just, you know, right? You do have to really think about the colors, making them really equal. And here it is, the product of all of that hard work. Stays like it is in the yellow gold. If you would like this, one last chance. One last chance at this one and only pair of earrings. We've had fancy colored diamonds earrings in the past, but truly nothing like this, right? If you remember, we had those asymmetrical looks, right? With the kind of like teardrop styled earrings, right? Those were fancy diamonds, but those didn't exactly have, you know, pinks, purples, fawns, right? Those had orange diamonds, yellow diamonds, which is perfectly fine. But this is taking it to the next level. This is post and butterfly back. So because of the way that you see how the earring is also curved inwards or curved outwards, the post is in the direct center to really serve as that anchor point, as a pressure point, so your earrings will not fall forward. Now, if the post were at the very, you know, one side point of the earring, then it'd be a different problem. Then it would fall forward. It'd be a huge mess, right? But because of the way that the post is in the center, it's not going to fall forward. All this is entirely balanced. And this is what we're going to do on this one. Said I was not going to spend too much time on this one. And here I am yapping about it. So we'll get to it if you would like it. We're going to make it $6,999 before your 10% off. And I'm going to borrow one here and show you what it looks like against the hand as well. And there it is, right? Every single fancy diamond is distinguishable from the next one. Altogether, it is a beautiful blur of fancy colored diamonds, but you can still look at it and appreciate each individual diamond for what it is. And $69.99 minus 10% off is going to be your price for these today, and that's it. I mean, even if you were to take those carat weights, and even if all of these diamonds were, you know, your usual white diamonds, right? Even that, $69.99 would be insane. But you know that fancy colored diamonds are not the same price as your white diamonds, right? You can pull up, you know, an archive of all of the shows here, and you can see that the diamonds are not priced the same, right? And so the fact that you're getting all fancy colored diamonds of different cuts scattered throughout for only $69.99, and you get to take off an additional 10% off at checkout is just something that not everyone can do, or even if they can, are maybe not even willing to do, right? So take it if you want them. Let's bring it back up close here, and I will show you also what they look like against the ear one last time. Now, if you have multiple piercings here, I think you better take out the other piercings, because what you are seeing here is going to be this one only. And look at that. Even from here, you can see all of your different colors. You can see your pinks, you can see your oranges, you can see your fancy colors all together in one pair of earrings. And truly, there's no like seasonal look to these, but I'm thinking springtime. I'm thinking even now with all of the holidays happening, right? These look like such a fun pair of earrings. And again, there's no gold color changes, there's no sizing, so this will go out really soon. You will get these before Christmas, so think about them. And let's bring it back up close here, take another look before we move right along. Do not forget about my green diamond here. There it is, right, my green diamond, right? A color that is so different from every other piece, every other diamond that is in these earrings, right? Can we all see that there is no green diamond in the earrings? Right? That is what a green diamond should look like. That is what it does look like. And yet in this earring, there's no green diamond here. But if you would like the ring, it is going to be here. Just let me know. And we are going to move right along. Now, let's see here. I do have one last call on a triple row diamonds by the yard bracelet. It is white gold only. I am holding the last one that we have in this entire building. So if you would like it, you better call in right now, especially if you've been thinking about it. But let's start with this one on the wrist here. It is 1114195, and this is it. Last call on the triple row diamonds by the yard. White gold only, they stay like it is. Questions? No questions? And this is 72 points total weight of your white diamonds. Again, that's 1114195. And here it is, last call on this. I love how the triple rows are connected at the bezels, because when you have a bracelet that is like this, where it's truly a chain connecting the stations, right, that makes it more prone to tangling, you know, when you're wearing it, when you're not wearing it. So by connecting all 3 layers to it, it really just, you know, it's like a preventative measure so that it won't get tangled. So the next time you take it out of your box, it's not going to be like, oh, what am I looking at here, right? This is the last call on this one. I got one left in the white gold. If you would like it, we're gonna make it $999 on this last one of the diamonds by the yard style triple row bracelet, 72 points of your diamonds, all VS diamonds, of course. I love how even on these stones, the bezel set gives it such a larger look. The chain is still so shiny, so reflective, so stunning, everyday wearable. It is incredible, and it's only $9.99 on this one here. Let me know if you'd like to take it, and let's go back to our earrings here. Green diamond is still here. Now I hesitate to even show the pink diamond, but I also do have a South Sea golden pearl ring if anyone is even a little bit interested, which we can also bring up next. I'm feeling a little inspired by all the golden colors in this earring here. So next up, let's bring out 1126363. And of all the diamond bands we've had here today, of all the, you know, traditional regular size diamond bands we've had here today, something about this pearl ring really just has a band that feels heavier than the others. This is our 14K yellow gold only, 13 millimeter, perfect round, not a single blemish to be seen, right? Giving you all the angles here just to show you, not a single blemish to be seen in this pearl. It's got beautiful luster, 92 points total weight of your diamonds in that single halo. $49.99 should be priced on this one. We'll size it for you. I mean, this is the best way to go about with a pearl, right? The simplest way, the best way. We have some crazy designs out there, rings, pendants, brooches, whatever it may be, necklaces, right? We've had some crazy designs throughout the years, but if you want something a little bit more, you know, tone it down a little low key, of simple style that you can wear every single day, this is the one for you. If you would like it, no longer $49.99. I mean, even just the mounting itself, a carat of diamonds, this band that feels heavier than it should, all of the gold designs in the basket and in the back to hold your pearl into the ring, right? This is a pretty substantial mounting for a pearl, especially of one that is a 13 millimeter size. And this is what it looks like on the hand here. It really just, it feels like there's platinum inside of the band. That's what it feels like. But, you know, it's all solid 14K yellow gold. Again, from a further distance away, not a single blemish to be seen on your pearl. I'm showing it to you right now, right? There's no, you know, editing software to quickly erase the blemishes as I'm showing it, right? I can even show it faster here, see? Perfect sphere, perfect pearl. And we're gonna make it $1,999, one caller gets it. Pearls of this size, not easy to come by, right? In fact, it's been a while, but I don't know if anyone remembers, but we actually ran out of pearls, you know, a couple months ago, where Tahitians, Goldens, like white pearls. We haven't had and currently don't even have a pink pearl. So it really has been a long time. Pearls, never would have thought that there was a period of time where we just simply did not have any pearls in our inventory for the while. So here it is, up close once more. Again, perfect pearl, no blemish on it, beautiful luster. It is golden, it is saturated, it is here. $19.99 minus your 10% off at checkout. And next up, now I'm inspired by the ocean. I have 2 pendants where you can take your pick of. I'm going to have to use both my hands to hold both of these. But if you remember, a few years ago, I did this sea lion style pendant design. And yes, the one with a lot of gold weight in it, the one where it holds a round stone on its nose. We actually just got a request, so I'll hold off on those. But just a quick little flash in case you are a little bit interested. This is that sea lion pendant that I'm talking about with a mandarin garnet, also private collection, yes. And I also have that exact same design done with the same amount of gold and also the white gold, but this time with a blue zircon. So those 2 will be coming up after our request here. Rebecca, thank you so much for the request. It is in fact a hoop request, so yet again, it'll help out a couple of us here. But those sea lions will be coming up next. If you already have a favorite, do not hesitate to call in when they come up. But here we have 1110366. It is going to be our carat 17 pair of hoops. Now luckily, I actually do have the white gold and the yellow gold to show here for you guys. So there it is. That is the white gold in our hoops here. And we also do have the yellow gold to show as well. So if you already have the white gold, would like to come back for the yellow gold, there it is. That's what it looks like. If you are not sure as to what gold color you think you would like, the most popular is going to be that white gold, but yellow gold is a close second. And there we have it. Our carat 17 total weight VS diamonds, 3/4 of an inch drop. And they are going to be that perfect round. The post is going to be a straight post going across. And let me actually flip one of these over so you can see what it looks like from the back right here. So that's how the post is going to lock through your earring. It is going to be secure. That is what the back side looks like with all of the mirror finished gold. And you do have an opening behind each diamond to let through the light so that your diamonds can also sparkle, because this is in fact the inside out style. And $39.99 should be priced on these. Here we are today on a sale event day. You take 10% off, and instead of $39.99, we are going to make it $1,399 for each pair. You can take as many as you want. Just be aware that we may not have enough for everyone to go around to ship out immediately, so it's best to call in quickly. If you want to take a pair, they're going to be $13.99 here today. Let me pick up the yellow gold back here and show you what it looks like size-wise against the hand. So that is what it looks like against the hand. Again, VS diamonds, whether it's in the white gold or the yellow gold, it doesn't really matter, right? I have the yellow gold in my hand right now. From the front and even from the back, it's just VS diamonds, right? Of course, some people prefer one gold color over the other, but if you really don't mind, I mean, look at that, right? You're not looking at the gold color here. You are looking at those diamonds, and those diamonds are all perfectly matched, dazzling stones. $13.99 on these, your perfect rounds right here. There's no backing to worry about, which I'm sure a lot of us, love and appreciate. And you get also 10% off at checkout. We don't really discount diamonds because the way we price diamonds is already, incredibly low. But to take an additional 10% off of that, is taking it to the next level. Truly, this is a treat yourself sort of moment with these pair of earrings. And let's go back up close here and I will show you what the yellow gold looks like against the ear as well. And there we go. I mean, again, who's really looking at the gold color, right? When you have earrings that look like this, VS diamonds perfectly matched. And if you're newer with us, if you have pierced ears too, I would really recommend you try out our VS diamonds. And if you have any other diamond pieces already in your collection, I would really just put them side by side. Really just make a comparison and see. And just remember, you know, what you paid for the others and remember what you paid for these and really just make a visual comparison too, because once you go VS, you cannot go back. So let's bring them back up close and we're going to see who is going to take what gold color here. We can also do them in the rose gold. I am not sure if they are here and ready to ship. But if you have, you know, if you're in a rush, if you're heading out of town for a long period of time, you want something to go out faster, you can always ask your operators and they can of course check in the back to see what's going to go out really quick here. If not Friday, then Monday. And you'll get it in a couple of days. So $13.99 on these. Thank you so much. Let's give it one last 60 seconds here before we move right along to our sea lions, which I am very excited for. And don't forget, had my other private collection Mandarin garnet that looks like this. So if you're interested, want to see the full presentation, let me know. If you are thinking about my green diamond, that is also here. Call me if you have any questions or if you want to see it again. It is here for the taking. Very excited for my sea lion bear coming up next. And my multicolored diamond earrings are also still hanging out for $69.99 before your 10% off. If you would like to take those, give me a call. Anything else? Let me see. My DBTY bracelet, the triple row, still here. Diamond bands are still going out. So we had a trio earlier today of the daintier style diamond bands. Those have been ever so popular. So if you want to pick one of those up or if you need to see them again, let me know. We have South Sea Golden Pearl 13 millimeters still available for $19.99 minus your 10% off. And next up we have our sea lions. I am so excited about these. And I might just show them one by one here so we can take a moment to really just appreciate them individually. I'm going to zoom back a bit here because they are rather large pendants. And if you remember these mountings, you remember how much gold that they have, how much presence they have too. And honestly, I'm very surprised that they even decided to bring them back, because if you know me, I do love a lot of gold presence. I do love a lot of gold weight on my pieces, so that is why gotta adapt here. So this right here is going to be 1129017. And although it does not say that it's private collection, we've had a couple of our private collection blue zircons come out to play. This, I mean, right? It's got that perfect ideal blue. It doesn't lean a little green. It doesn't lean a little, you know, brown, right? It's that perfect bright electric blue. 236 on this one, our round center stone. That perfect round too, right? Not a window to be seen in that stone cutting. There's no color zoning. There's no funny business. It is just that bright, dazzling blue zircon. You have 14 points of your diamonds. All diamonds are burnished into your sea lion. In the eye, there's a diamond. And throughout the back, there are spots of diamonds there too. Now, I do love blue zircon in the white gold. I would really recommend leaving it like it is. So if you're thinking about it, keep it in the white gold. That is my preference for this one, honestly, for both of them. And both of them started at $49.99. And if you get this piece and you're just wondering, because I've heard this question a lot recently, like, what's the gram weight, right? I want to know how many grams of gold are in this thing. We don't really do it for rings because we do ring sizing, and that of course will change the weight of the ring. But if you want to know the entire weight of this, I would be more than happy to get this weighed for you. But here it is, take your pick. Again, Mandarin Garnet or Blue Zircon. I'll give the Mandarin Garnet one a full look up next. If you would like this one, same price, take your pick of, we're gonna make it $19.99. And wait till you see it against the hand here, because this, no wonder this was not a ring. The zircon by itself, if we're to just imagine for a moment here, just remove the sea lion, the zircon by itself, a 236 of that size, if it were a ring, what kind of ring would we put it in? With how much gold, with how much diamonds, right? This is the pendant to wear, to really just have fun with, right? This is our critter piece. And the only two critter pieces I have here today are going to be the sea lions, but $19.99 for all of this gold. And yes, although it may be hollow in the back, but it is still substantial. That is why the sea lion has the stone on the top of its nose. Otherwise, it'd be, it'd be angling down like this, right? $19.99 on this one, 10% off at checkout. This is also what it looks like against the neckline here. So there it is, right? It is a large piece. You can see all of the pieces I have in front of me. You can see my two monitors in front of me. You can see probably into the phone bank, right? Just from the reflection of this one piece. That is how large this one pendant is, and it's only $19.99. You get a large, impressive blue zircon to top it all off, literally. And it's one color only gets it. Let's bring it back up close here. And let me also set it down for you so you can see from the side how wide it is as well. There we go. There we go, right? It's not flat. I think the easier way would be to make the sea lion flat to save on that much more gold, but it simply is not flat. It's got the full curvature, the full, dimension to it, and it's $19.99. Now, next up, I do have the same exact version, but this time with a private collection Mandarin Garnet in it. So we're gonna just cover up the other little guy here with this little guy. And this is 1127003. Looks like this one does have to stay in the white gold here, but again, for both of these stones, it's like, I really would just go directly with the white gold here. I would not change a single thing about it. 231 Mandarin Garnet here. You can see the difference in the cut. This is that Portuguese cut. How much brighter the Mandarin Garnet looks when it's in this cut. It literally looks like you took the sun out of the sky and just put it into this pendant. Same exact thing. You have your 14 points of your white diamonds in the eye and on the back. And same exact thing. Now, funnily enough, I guess it's because this was private collection, or is private collection, $69.99 was the start price on this one. And we brought it all the way down, same exact price as the blue zircon, to make it $19.99 on your choice of 4-hour sea lion duo. If you want to take them both, right? They're both really pretty stones. And different colors, in fact, complementary colors on the opposite ends of the color spectrum here. I would honestly have a really hard time deciding between the two, but these two pendants, just had to bring them out to show them to you guys, and I would love to show this against the hand as well. Such a fun piece to be had, and this is what the Mandarin Garnet one looks like against the hand here. So yet again, same amount of that gold, right? Same presence of that center stone. Even as I hold it against my hand and just imagine the sea lion was not there, right? That stone by itself, even if it was just the stone by itself in a basket, and even if that was $19.99, right? I have necklaces here, smaller center stones, just a little bit more diamond weight to it, not nearly as much gold, and it's not this price. It is more. And yet here you are getting such a fun piece, a piece that you can have fun with. Definitely a conversation starter, being, what are you wearing on your neck, right? That can't be gold, right? How much money do you have, right? To get a gold piece like this, that has this much gold presence to it. and you're only spending $19.99 minus 10% off on this entire sea lion pendant. Take your pick of, and I will, of course, same thing, show it to you against the neckline here, so you can see what this one looks like. I mean, still dazzling, same exact thing, right? You see the table in front of me, my monitors, maybe even into the call bank here. But look at that. That mandarin garnet is so incredibly bright. Portuguese cut, this is why a lot of people like and seek out the Portuguese cuts, is because it just makes the stone that much more brighter. And let's bring it back up close, take another look here, and let me know which one you would like to take here today. Our mandarin garnet or the blue zircon sea lion pendant. Call me right now. If you want to take both, you are definitely allowed to take both here. And it'd be fun to see if you could wear them together too, right? Maybe not on the same chain, but definitely maybe one on a slightly shorter chain and the other on a slightly longer one. Or if you want to get both and gift one, right? I think it'd be a great idea. $19.99, you take your pick. And I also have turquoise necklaces if anyone is interested in seeing those. They come with a chain, so very nice to have that covered there. And my Mahenge pink spinel earrings, I believe, are still here. So if you want to see that, let me know. And I don't know if I should show this today or tomorrow. Maybe I'll flash it today. This is going to be a little bit of a show and tell sort of moment. So if you need a quick little break, now is the perfect time. Next up, I have two pieces. I'm going to move these two pieces aside. And these two are going to be substantial rings. These two are pieces that I did a couple months back with the color combination theme applied to it. This right in front of you is a green Paraíba. I know, it looks so incredibly clean, even with the fingerprints on it, which I will clean off. But this is green Paraíba in the center stone, and it's got trillions cuts, perfectly matched mandarin garnets on either side. And for the other one, very similar concept. In the center is your copper-bearing tourmaline, and on the sides, they're calling it a green Paraíba, but truly, we know what green looks like. Green looks like that. That looks more like a blue-green Paraíba accent stone, one on either side, perfectly matched stones. If anyone is even a little bit interested in these two, they are also going to be collector pieces. In fact, both of these started at the $35,000 price range. They have both been brought down, so if anyone is even a little interested, if you just want to even just see a full presentation on either of these, we are going to make it the same price and also make it your choice of. But these rings are huge. These rings are large. These rings are for my collectors out there. And what I love too is that we kind of also did an inverse of the gold colors. So for the green Paraíba, you can see that the basket is white gold and the band is yellow gold. And here it's the opposite. The basket is yellow and the band is white gold. So two rings. We don't have anything else that looks like this. Just thought, when you have large stones like this, it's always best to go simple. That way you can still have it as a collectible, but also wear it every single day. So if either of these looks like something you might be a little bit interested in, let me know, but they're just here to show for now. And let me also try them on here. So this is the green Paraíba on the hand. I mean, right? The entire three-stone style of it just extends beyond the width of my finger, but don't worry, it actually curves nicely so that it actually does fit the shape of my hand pretty well, and it will fit the shape of your hand well as well. But it's just so well done by, the person who made the model of it to really fit the form of the human hand. So it's not, awkwardly jabbing into your fingers here. So This is green Paraiba with mandarin garnets, the largest that we have in a ring. If you are a little bit interested in it, please let me know. Otherwise, I might just save it for tomorrow here. Tempt you guys with a little museum here before we have to go here. And let's bring it back up close. Would love to try on the other one as well, where you have 3 tourmalines of all wildly different colors, especially of the blue greens, right? We've seen the blues, we've seen the greens, but blue greens, if your favorite color is blue green, I mean, right? I mean, I just love every single stone in this ring. And this is also here if you would like to see it. Tourmalines galore. Absolutely yes on these 2. So take your pictures if you would like. I'll even give you the item numbers if you want. So for the blue green and the purple here, it is 1126536, and the green Paraiba is 1126537. So one after the other, no surprise there. If you're a little bit interested in these, just let us know and I can bring them back up here for you today. But before we go, I do want to bring out some other pieces as well. I don't know if we have any musicians with us here today. I have a rather interesting pendant. It is that French horn style. We've had music notes, right? We've had the treble clef, the bass clef. We've had violins, probably even cellos, but never a French horn, except for now. And this is 1123679, and this is what it looks like against the hand. It is also a piece that has got a surprising weight to it. 18K in the 2-tone gold on this one. In the very center there, that is not a shadow cast by the gold. That is going to be black onyx. And for the diamonds that are paved down the bail and in the front of the French horn, you do have 24 points total weight of your white diamonds. It is a pendant. It is for any of my musicians out there. I've only ever played the piano and the violin. I want to play the cello, but, you know, no time right now. But, you know, but I've never played any of, you know, like the French horn. I've never played the flute. I feel like I get too out of breath for it. But this is 1123679. And it is here for one color only. It's incredibly intricate design-wise, detail-wise, right? Even for things like, you know, a violin, a flute, right? There's still all the little buttons you have to press here and there that I love that, you know, was incorporated into this design. $39.99 was price on this. If you would like it, we're gonna make it $999 minus your 10% off at checkout. One caller gets it. And let me flip it over actually, because even on the back side, it's got quite a nice design, right? I mean, we don't typically admire, you know, the undergallery or even the basket of a piece, but this one I think deserves a little attention and love here. And being $9.99, I mean, that's a lot of gold for one pendant. And here it is in the front once more. That is in fact what it looks like. And this is also what it looks like against the neckline here. So, I mean, not a small piece at all. It's definitely not like, oh, a cute little charm, right? This is a full-blown pendant, and it's only $9.99 minus your 10% off. Love the way that the onyx catches the light here. So really just, you know, it's like, it's eye-catching, right? And let's bring it up close. I'll remove those 2 rings here. Our 2 jumbo-sized rings. We'll move off to the sides for now. And here we go. This is our French horn pendant, 2-tone gold. Most of it is going to be in that white gold, but you just have a little bit of the yellow gold there connecting your bail to the piece and also on the interior of your French horn here. Again, I don't know the full vocabulary of the French horn anatomy, but you do have a 2-tone gold there to give it a little bit of a contrast. And it's only $9.99. And even as I set it down, right, you can see how much width it has for the gold, right? You can see a lot in the reflection there. And even here, really cool attention to detail there. And on the other side, Again, a really well put together piece, and it's only $9.99. One caller gets it. Let me hold it up right again so you can see all of the detailing and the design here. And it's $9.99 for one caller only. And if you have any like feedback, like if you are a musician, I know we don't typically do a lot of these, musical, pieces, right? But if you are, you would love to see, a specific instrument, or it doesn't even have to be a musician. Like if you're a dancer, right? We've had ballet pieces before, the ballerina, but I don't dance. So I don't know, aside from shoes, what else could possibly be. But, if there's anything in a specific, like a hobby that you would like to see more, like a paint mixing palette, whatever it may be, right? I'm sure we have the stones for hopefully everything. And we can always, go ahead and custom make these designs like we have done with the treble clef and the bass clef, and anything else we can most likely do. So let me know on this one. $999 on this one. Now, since I flashed it earlier today, I do want to share that GIA certified pink diamond. So if you've been waiting and waiting and waiting for it, it is finally here. My one other GIA certified piece is coming now, and it looks like this. This is 1125222, and I will zoom in just a little bit here because we did have, some pretty substantial pieces just now, but this is my one and only GIA certified pink diamond. This is our 39-point center stone. It is natural. Now, let me just double check on the clarity on this one. This is in fact going to be that SI1, which is just one level below VS2. You have 85 points total weight of your accent white diamonds all around it. Of course, in that bridge that we all know and love. Two-tone gold on this one. You have rose gold around your pink diamond just to give it that slight accent, to really just provide the perfect picture frame to separate it from the wall of white diamonds that you have behind it. And this is a faint pink. Okay, so we had this talk earlier today with the green diamond, but this is a faint pink listed right here, meaning it is all the way at the very top of your color scale, meaning typically it will have a very light tone and a very light hue. I'm sure we all saw the same pink diamond on the wheel right now, but that does not look like a faint pink, right? That has body color to it. It has pink and only pink. The color is natural. Color distribution, funnily enough, not applicable, though we can all see that it is distributed fairly evenly throughout the entire stone. And SI1. SI1 is right here. So it is one level below VS2. And inclusions, let's map them out again. So on the front side, I see one right here at the very edge of the stone, one right over here where the facets kind of overlap, and one small little dot right over here. And that is all I see for the front inclusions. And for the back side, one right over here, a tiny little speck right at the very edge of the stone, another tiny little speck right over here, and one more over here. So that is all I see in terms of inclusions on the diagram. Now, your stone is not going to be this size, right? Your stone is going to be a 39-point stone. So you are going to need incredible magnification to even see your inclusions in person. And let's take another look at it up close. And I will zoom in. I will zoom in so we can all try and see if we can even see those inclusions under this high level of magnification. Because if you cannot see it like this, you are not going to see it in person. And I, for one, am not seeing anything. This is pink diamond, and it's faint, right? It's a faint pink. Not really, but you know, that's what GI said it was. And we all know that stones do look a little bit darker when you set it into jewelry, you know, given the shadows and the light that the basket does cast, right? Given how, like, what it's surrounded by, right? So stones by themselves will look lighter than they are set. So a good little thing to know about. All right, and let's get to the price, because this is also a very important pink diamond. We've had pink diamonds that are what, like 10 points all the way up to a carat that are GI certified. This one is no different. It is also very special. This one started at $13,999. This one is also for anyone who has been on the hunt for a pink diamond in this size. Right, we all love our smaller pink diamonds, but if you want to treat yourself with something a little bit larger, something that has a little bit more presence to it, this is the one for you. And not to mention, once again, pink diamonds, not exactly like tanzanites, right? Tanzanites, you know, once they hit the 10 carat range, 20 carat range, right? 30 carat range, 100 carat range, right? The range is far wider for, you know, the weight to consider, but for pink diamonds, there's a reason why, you know, a lot of these stones are smaller. The moment they hit a carat, right, they will skyrocket in price. And in fact, I brought out the carat 02, and if you would like to see the carat 02, be warned, it is literally 6 figures. It looks like this. So that is the carat 02. In the entire time I've been here, I can only think of like 2, maybe 3, 1 carat plus pink diamonds that we've had. A lot of these stones lean smaller. And even when they are smaller, right, the price is crazy. Every single point counts, right? A 10 point versus an 11 point versus a 12 point, right? Every single point is taken into account. Right? This is not like, oh yeah, my 10-point pink diamond versus my half carat pink diamond, right? That is a huge gap between. So something like this, 39 points, it matters. It is substantial. Don't think that, oh yeah, 39 point stone is nothing, right? It is not nothing. This is still a piece that, you know, is sought after. And given the price, not everyone is able to get one into their collections, except for now. We are not even going to make it $9,999. I know it's been a while since we've seen a pink diamond of this size, right? We've had half caraters, we have that 1 carat I just flashed, we have 10 pointers, but to get a slightly larger size that is still visible, you know, when you're wearing it, right? That is what you want to have, and that's what it looks like against the hand here. 39 points. If we have any smaller stone, it is set into a ring with 3, 4 halos. This has 1 halo. It is in the bridge, everyday wearable. If you know the bridge, and you love the bridge, and you love pink diamonds, this is the one for you. It's not even going to be $7,999 here today. True to size on this one, stays like it is for the gold color, and this is what we're gonna do. The GI cert is already done for you, so that's already a couple $100 and a couple months of waiting time saved for you. From the side, it looks like that, again with the diamonds, 10 on the Mohs scale. Don't have to worry too much about it. But still, of course, wear it with love and care. It's not even going to be $6,999. I'm gonna bring it back up close. I'm gonna turn it like this. So a different angle, same ring. Take a look at your soon-to-be pink diamond added to your collection. Yes, we are still taking 10% off of even a piece like this. 1 caller gets it though. I can't, you know, copy and paste this ring. You know, other stones like citrine, if it's a normal round citrine, I can take it around citrine, I can maybe go find another one, no problem. But for a pink diamond like this, I cannot go in the back and go copy paste, right? And in fact, we don't get these stones in every single day. White diamonds, sure, right? They're accent stones, we have to have them. They're more easily obtainable, but for colored stones like this, colored diamonds, especially in a significant size, it's not easy to get, right? It's not easy to get for the value that it is. And it's not $69.99. Call me right now if you would like to get it. We're gonna make it $5,999. You take your 10% off at checkout. You do not have to pay shipping. You do not have to pay tax unless you're in California, I'm sorry. But if you're sending it outside of California, $59.99 minus that 10% off, that's all you're paying. We've had a lot of new callers in the last couple of weeks that I've talked to. How much is it for tax? And they're in Florida. No tax. They're like, oh, that's nice. How much is the shipping? Right? Because when you're shipping something that's, a couple $1,000s, right? With the insurance included, with the value considered, right? Shipping by itself, couple $100 right there. Right? So it's a miracle that we can still cover shipping it free to you guys. Honestly, like I wish everyone could, but simply put, right? Like not everyone can, but we can. And I love that we can still bring to you free shipping, no matter what the occasion is. And I love that this is here also. Pink diamond in an entire ring for only $59.99 minus your 10% off at checkout. Call me if you would like it. And in case you missed it, going back to our other fancy colored diamond here, my green diamond. So do not forget about this one. If you need a couple minutes to think about it, please go ahead and do so. And let me also show you what it looks like from the side. So again, very minimal rose gold, really to just, accentuate your pink diamond there. Bridge mounting. The rest of it is going to be in that white gold. $59.99 minus your 10% off. And I'd like to just bring back my green diamond here to just recap it for a moment. This is my 213. If this is your first time seeing it, hello. This is your fancy green yellow. And I love that we're actually zoomed in. I might even zoom in a little bit more here so we can see more into that center stone. Because if you're thinking, yeah, she probably didn't zoom in because, it's not truly a beautiful green color. Take a look for yourself, right? We've seen green diamonds here and there. I've seen green diamonds here and there. I've seen green diamonds that come in the form of chameleon diamonds, and they don't nearly look as nice as this. Although this one cannot color change, but it's got no other color to it. It is a green yellow. And again, yellow is one of the most difficult colors to work with in gemstones because yellow by itself is such a naturally bright color. The moment you have any other color in it, the moment you have green in it, the moment you have orange in it, the moment you have brown in it, the moment you have gray in it, it picks up on that color and you can see it from a mile away. Which is why we very rarely see, aside from yellow diamonds, we very rarely see other gemstones in that perfect, ideal yellow color, right? We've had some golden zircons, but a lot of them, yellowish color, but they do have that secondary, like brown color, orange color, some other stones lean green, yellow, right? But they don't look like this. And diamonds, same exact thing. You've seen the chameleon diamonds, you've seen the certs. It'll go like fancy, grayish, brownish, greenish, yellow, right? It's a lot of words, a lot of colors that you don't really want to see. But for chameleon diamonds, that's fine, right? It's not a green diamond, it's a chameleon diamond, right? That's different. But for a green diamond, you would probably want it to be only green. Yellow, sure, yellow is part of green. And here it is, right? You do see a little touch of yellow here to give it that brightness in the color, so it's not like a dark green. But what you see first and foremost is going to be that bright, open green color. It's not dull, it's not grayish, there's no browns to it, right? It doesn't look like a weird mixture of colors, right? It is just simply put green. And this is our one and only green yellow VS2 GIA certified diamond ring. Stays like it is in the white gold. And I just love that we're able to get you a super up close look at it, but I will zoom back just a little bit here so you can see the full ring, because it is in fact a pear-shaped ring. There you go, right? It's fancy. There's no, funny business going on behind the ring to give it an extra boost in color, right? It's open through the back. All you see through the back, under gallery, and that's it. Just open space. There's no like a green Sharpie, just color it in a little bit and hope that, it looks a little bit more green on the screen, right? No, it is just the stone by itself. That's why it is our fancy green yellow diamond. And there it is. And if you need a refresher, it started at $44,999. And what we brought it down to for a 213, we brought it all the way down to $18,888. That is it for a 213 fancy diamond. Not a faint, not a light, not a very light, but a fancy. And I mean, just looking at it by itself, it definitely does prove to you that that does deserve a fancy labeling on this one and only green diamond. So let me know, one of its kind right here. Just thought I would recap it if in case you missed it earlier today. But hi, hello, my name is Joyce. Welcome. Last 30 or so minutes here today. I'm covering for Lauren, who will be back with us on Friday. So I will be back with you guys tomorrow as well, which means if you have any requests, if you are, if you're watching the show 2 hours from now and you have a request, you can feel free to call us, even after the show or before tomorrow's show. We will not be here during the daytime, I believe. So if you want to call an hour before the show starts, we'll be here and we can help you answer any phone calls, answer any requests that you might have. If you want to see anything again from today, I will probably have, hopefully, stuff from today still here. So if you have anything that you see on the website and you say, hey, that looks like something I might like, a lot of you guys have been doing that, and honestly, it's been great, right? Just straight to the point, see something that you like, want to see it, call in, say, hey, I want to see that. You see it, you call right back in, and you say, I want to take it, and that's how it goes. So if you want to see anything again, whether it's from today or from whenever, you call us, give us an item number or a general description, and we can help you out there. And we'll help you out and hopefully get you the piece that you want to have and love and wear, and take an extra 10% off of that. So glad to be here, and let's take another look at our green diamond here before it will go today. If not today, hopefully tomorrow. And again, if you want to talk more about this piece after the end of the show, I will be here. So I don't really got anything going on, so I'll be hanging out here with you guys if you want to talk about this ring. If you think, it can't be that good, right? It is that good. That's why I'm showing it. I have really high expectations because I've never been at a jewelry place before this. So, in fact, this wasn't even entirely planned, right? I majored in illustration, right? Kind of had an emphasis in animation. So this wasn't really a plan, but here I am. And, even, going in person, going online, right? I just can't bring myself to shop with anyone else, right? I'll go in person, I'll see that everyone is doing, lab-grown, man-made, or even if they do have natural, their diamonds don't look like diamonds. Diamond is a word, and, a lot of things can qualify as diamonds, right? You can have internally flawless diamonds, you can have VS diamonds, you can have I3 diamonds. They're all going to be diamonds, but they all look the same? No, absolutely not. So, right, here is where you have quality, and if it doesn't meet my expectations, then I am not going to show it to you guys, right? If I don't like it enough to show it to you guys, then, it is what it is, right? The same exact piece that I don't show, someone else might see it, and they might go, that is the best piece I have ever seen in my entire life. So, people's, opinions, what they've seen, what they've experienced, can kind of, skew things a little bit. But this, we all know, fancy green yellow diamond, a collector definitely does deserve it. Again, feel free to take as many pictures as you want. Definitely jot down that item number. If you want to, sleep on it, think about it overnight. And if you want to talk before the show, even tomorrow, right, I'll be here. And it'll be here. So let me try it on one more time here before we move on, because I do want to have you see what it looks like on the hand again. Because although it is a 213 diamond, it is surrounded by a carat 47 of VS dazzling white diamonds. And yet, you can still separate your center from the accents, which, was one of my main concerns when I first, came across this ring. But now that I do see it against the hand, I do absolutely love how you can still distinguish between the two. That just proves to you that that center stone really has a beautiful, bright, open, fancy color to it, and it's only $18,888 minus your 10% off at checkout. And let's bring it back up close, take one more look at it before we move right along here. I mean, green diamond, right? We've seen dark green diamonds. We've seen green diamonds with other colors mixed in it, right? If you want a dark green diamond, I can bring you like a 10-pointer. It's a teeny tiny little stone. Is it a darker color? Yes, but is it a large, substantial stone? No. Are you still paying like $5,000 for it? Yes. So the fact that you're getting a 213 with color like this, it's just, you can't beat the value here. And not to mention, it is that old pricing, right? Look at that item number. This piece probably been here before I even got here. And here it is years later on a random Wednesday evening at the same old price as it was however many years ago, right? That does not happen, right? Everywhere else, they are changing their prices, adjusting their prices to whatever is going on in the world. And here we are, as stubborn as can be, refusing to change, still wanting to get you guys the absolute best value that there possibly is, especially on something that is so fickle and something that can just change at a drop of a hat, right? We all remember Paraibas. It was right before one of the Tucson show, I want to say it was last year, right? Paraibas, that is a whole nother story, but we were selling Paraibas here for the old price. And then our team got to Tucson, and then they saw what everyone was selling their Paraibas for, and suddenly was, stop all Paraibas here. We need to figure out what is going on. And little did we know, Paraibas went double, if not triple the price for a simple 1 carat stone. And it was just a whole thing, and it was it was a crazy thing to witness, but here we are, still giving you the absolute best in terms of quality and price. And speaking of, I would love to bring back some pieces here from the first hour to kind of recap, since I've pretty much shown you guys everything that I have for today. So let me move this one aside here, and let me bring back a couple pieces that I believe are still here. So if there's anything that you are thinking about or maybe just saw like right now, this Mandarin Garnet ring is only $19.99 minus your 10% off at checkout. We also had a diamond, full diamond flower ring also. And this one was only $29.99. That center stone by itself is an 81-point diamond. You have also 66 points of the accent stones on this one, and it was only $29.99, white gold only on that one. I want to bring back some other color to the wheel as well. We also had a blue sapphire, 2 carat exactly as well on this one. This is our blue sapphire, also from the very first hour. This one right here, 2 carat center stone, carat 79 of the diamonds, $39.99. All things considered, what are you paying for the center stone, right? A 2 carat blue sapphire is not cheap, especially one that has no color zoning. It is that royal blue sapphire color, and it looks like that, right? Not too dark, not off color. That is somehow still here. And I think this one is also still here, but we also had an emerald ring in the platinum right here. $49.99 on this one. This was in the platinum, 254 center stone, 76 points of your round and marquise diamonds, and this one was only $49.99. I have other 2 carat plus emeralds in the back there that are over $10,000. So if you want to see those, we can bring them out, but I'm just saying for stones that look pretty similar, I mean, why not go with this one, right? Why not go with that one? And what else do we have here? We also had South Sea Golden Pearl. We had a Marquise Fire Opal with the buff top. And let me see what else. We had diamond hoops as well. We also had another private collection Mandarin garnet. So just to kind of give you guys a look at the difference of what the cutting itself can do. This one is a round in the center stone. This one is an oval. The oval right here is $38.88. We had another one that also went. So again, this one is also still a beautiful stone, don't get me wrong. But, you know, between two, if I have to, you know, show that I have high expectations, I did like the other one better, but this one is also a larger stone, more gold presence to it. Visually, a larger presence too, given the negative space. But this one is also still here. And my pink diamond is still available as well. We also had diamond hoops. So if you want to see those, let me know. The tanzanites I may be saved for tomorrow. My sea lion duo is here. Now I'm just gonna also just quickly just show this. I don't know if I'm, I'll just show this one against the hand here because this one is going to be one of the largest aquamarine pendants that I have ever laid eyes upon, and it looks like that. This is not a washed out blue. That is one of those blue colors that you can see, and it almost makes you think, is that really aquamarine, right? It can't possibly be that blue. This is 112-8024, and this is aqua, bright and blue as can be, 18K white gold, $26.99 in the carat weight of the center stone by itself. So good thing that this was made into a pendant and not a ring. You have a carat 95 of your diamonds alone here. And this reminds me of a design in a ring that we did a long, long time ago with a round center stone. I'm sure a lot of you guys remember it. And here it is, very similar motif. It's like it's got its own little charm here. It's a really charming little pendant. $19,999 was priced on this one. And truly, when I say aquamarine, when it has a stronger color to it, when it's not that washed out color, like that very light, barely blue color, that is when the price skyrockets. We saw the exact same thing. When aquas came in these darker colors, the price was twofold. It was ×3 of what we were used to seeing. And even I was a little like, oh, like I kind of get it, right? Like looking at the stones is kind of justified, but I don't know. But once you really get to know these stones and to see that, you know, really nowhere else can do stones of this saturation of color, right? That is when you're like, makes more sense now. And this one, same exact thing. And I am not kidding when I say, for the price I'm going to do on this one, good luck getting the loose stone by itself, right? The entire thing is already, you know, put together for you here in a designer mounting and a pendant, right? All, you know, diamonds all set, all sourced and set, the mounting cast, polished, right? Everything is already done. You cannot get this center stone loose for this price, and that price is being $9,999. You still take your 10% off of this entire piece. Good luck finding a loose stone that looks like this out there for $99.99. And I guarantee you, no one else out there right now is doing a 10% off sale on fine, high-end luxury jewelry except for us. This is what it looks like against the neckline here. So look at that, right? That iconic blue. It is so incredibly bright and saturated, and it's only $99.99 here today, minus your 10% off. Let's bring it up close. I will do my best to show you what it looks like up close and personal here. Of course, it's got some moving parts here, so it is going to be a little bit difficult to hold, but look at that, right? It is not a light washed out color. It is not a, oh, let's play guess the color, guess the stone. What is that? This is that saturated, bright aquamarine blue color. There is no mistaking it for any other color out there. That is blue through and through. It is reflecting the other stones behind it. So let us take it back to the hand here so you can see the full size of your aquamarine pendant, but $99.99 minus 10% off. Good luck with that one. Call me on this. This is it. Again, the loose stone by itself, there's nothing else. I don't have another loose stone in the aqua that looks like this that I can even think of setting into a piece, setting into a pendant, a ring, a necklace, or whatever, right? There's not another stone that looks like this, except for here, except for now. And what I love too, this is a large stone, yes, we can all agree with it, right? 1 point shy of being 27 carats. I love how simple the mounting was made, how simple the design is done, right? But it still looks like something, right? It's got the little charm to it. It kind of has like a little floral motif to it. Kind of looks like, you know, freshly fallen snow, right? It looks icy, it looks cool, right? It's not overdone. There are some pieces here that, again, we've had emerald rings. We have Paraíba rings that full on just do not feel like you could, you know, wear it out in public comfortably. Feels like you have to be, you know, surrounded with security, right? Not this one. This one you can wear it, and if you need a chain to go with it, I'll strike you a deal. If you don't have a chain that could go with it, I will make as many trips to downtown LA as you want me to help you look for the perfect chain. And don't worry, right? We have connections in downtown. We have connections all over the world. People who give us, you know, special prices, discounts here and there, we will work with them. We will work with you to get you the perfect chain. So if you don't already have a chain, we will find you the perfect one. But $99.99 for this entire pendant, we cannot do it again. And if you want to take a picture of this pendant and, you know, just, you know, reverse image search, find something like it, do a price comparison, right? Does anyone out there even have an aqua of this size, of this color? I highly doubt it, except for here. So call me on this one. Let's bring it back up close. I do believe the mandarin might have just gone. Sounds good. So I will replace this mandarin garnet with this mandarin garnet, and I will just have to look for something else to fill in the blanks there. Let's see what I can find. We did have a GIA certified pink diamond that I could also possibly toss up there. Had a couple earrings and pendants that do not necessarily sit well by themselves. So for those, I will have to help. But anything up here you have questions on, let me know. We also had a South Sea golden pearl. I'm gonna just put it up there, see if you maybe missed it. The pearl itself is also $19.99. It is a 13mm round. I may have to swap it with that flower ring in the back, now to the front. Put the pearl in the back, and I will also go and grab some fun pieces here. Now, we had Veronica, I believe, request purple sapphire earlier today. I don't know if she would be maybe interested in a necklace, because I do have a rather pretty purple sapphire in a necklace, meaning yes, the chain does come with. So this is closer to a true purple as opposed to a pinky purple that we had earlier in a ring here. So if anyone is interested in this purple sapphire necklace, let me know. It is not a small stone at all. And I also have another fun piece. Earlier today, I had green Paraíba with mandarin garnet. What about having this. 2 tourmalines, 1 pendant, 2-tone gold, 1 price. If anyone is interested in this, let me know. We can bring it back and present it. And let's see what else we have here. I don't have any blue wing blocky tanzanites except for the large ones. So maybe I will just do a little presentation on that. I have a pair of earrings and a pendant. In case anyone is interested, I'll just quickly flash the pendant here. The earrings are perfectly matched, smaller stones though. Here is going to be that blue wing block D tanzanite in a pendant. This is one of my favorites. Of all the blue wing block D tanzanites I have seen, there is something about the stone, the way the color gives it so much depth, the way that it has a fingerprint on it, the way it has all of those red flashes, the way it is our 2327 center stone. I will get that stone cleaned off for you. But if you're interested in this, let me know. I will get that cleaned off and present it in full. And what else? Oh, we have another color mixing piece here. One of my favorites, also from a while ago, kunzite and aquamarine. This is kunzite, but better. This is aqua, but better. This is a pendant. I am holding it by the hidden bail right here. So when it sits on your neckline, it truly is going to sit like this on your neckline. I love the contrast because the kunzite purple leans a little bit more towards like a pinky color, so that it leans a little warmer, right, for the purples. And then as a contrast, you have an aquamarine at the very top, right over there, to serve as, you know, a contrast. So you have one side being warm, one side being cool. It's not all the same, so that it blends and mixes together. If you would like this pendant right here, it's only $28.88. Start price, $69.99, but this pendant, if you would like it, $28.88. This is what it looks like against the hand. Might as well bring up the info. It is 112-6554. And look at that. This is what I'm talking about. Aquamarine with that level of color saturation is not easy to come by. This smaller stone, right, it's smaller. It should be easier to find. Those larger stones, it is absolutely not easy to find a larger aqua with that level of color saturation. Here we are, $28.88 on this one. 1811 emerald cuts kunzite, carat 74 of your singular baguette aquamarine, 1 pendant, 2 stones, white gold only, and it's $28.88 minus your 10% off at checkout. And this is what it looks like against the neckline here. In case you're wondering what size is it, this is what it looks like. I mean, look at that, right? If you're worried about kunzites being too large, when you have an emerald cut, the easiest solution is just to set it east-west. And that is what we did for these 2 stones. So the stone itself is still a substantial size, but the presence it has on the neckline is just slightly diminished. So if you're not comfortable wearing larger pendants, this one may be in your comfort zone. And let's bring it back up close here, take another look at what we have left in terms of our rings. And oh, might as well bring up these earrings too. I do believe that these are still here for $6.99. Last pair on this, white gold only on that one. And if there's anything else you want to see, again, end of the show is coming up. If you have a request, call me quickly and we will find something for you, or at least hope to find something for you. Had a triple row DBTY bracelet, $9.99 on this one. It was white gold only here. There it is. Every single stone is a bezel set. You have your triple chain right there connected with your stations of the diamonds. $9.99 on this one, minus 10% off. Anything up there you want to see again? Let me also try on some pieces. I don't think I ever tried on this one, so let me try on this one. Honestly, I love it the way it is, but let me move it over. I'm kind of liking that look. This one actually is going to be the larger one, so let me find the information for on this one, because we have the other one go here. This is the larger 4-carat stone. Have to look for the information on this one here, but it was the same price. It was $38.88, but this one is 1128180. So this one is the 447 center stone, also from the private collection. Carat 09 of your diamonds. Visually looks larger because of the negative space there, so as you can see, my skin is peeking through. And same price, $38.88. Also very similar start price, $12,999. Now it is not. $38.88 minus your 10% off at checkout. This one does have to stay in the white gold, but again, with how these stones have been, I wouldn't have it any other way. So if you would like this one, let me know. If you want to see any other options we might have, I do have a 464. I just think that it's kind of silly to bring it out because a 464, although it may have more diamonds, I just cannot justify a price that is double what it is right now, or what this ring is right now. So for essentially the same similar stone weight, you have fancier diamonds, but when you are shopping for private collection, you're really looking for the center stone, right? You're not really looking for the accent stones. Of course, style does matter, but right, you're looking for that center stone. So just considering the center stone by itself, I would go with this one, $38.88. If you want to see the other one, I can flash it too. But let me know on this one. This one is in fact true to size as well. And let me actually bring out the other one here so you can see a size perspective. Because again, for a stone that's a couple points bigger, like 20 points bigger, like I just can't justify it. Like, yeah, the mounting's more fancy, but this ring right here is close to $7,000. So like between this and that one definitely has a more daily wearable style. This one definitely is more fancy, more dressed up. The color is essentially the same, clarity is essentially the same. So just throwing that out there, we have options, but this one is like twice the price of that one. So I would definitely go with this one if you're thinking about getting a private collection Mandarin garnet for yourself. And truly, when you see these stones in person for yourself, you really just do not go back. I have not had or heard of a single request of bring me Mandarin garnet, but the other stuff, the non-private collection stuff, right? Not a single request. It's always private collection, Mandarin garnet, please and thank you. And not to mention the other stuff, like we don't have it anymore. We have one ring, one necklace, that's it, right? And that's it. We're not gonna bring it back. We wanna get you the absolute best of the best, and that is the stone that you see right here, right now, in front of you. Let me know. And I was wearing this the entire day, almost forgot about it. Might as well show it to you before the end of the show is here. We have a diamond bangle. It is 1118488. I'm gonna move these aside for the time being here. But we have a diamond bangle. Been wearing it all day. Looks like this. And this is going to be in the white gold only. It is 14K white gold. That center diamond by itself is a 75-point round VS stone. Bezel set. This is not a flimsy bangle. We've had some bangles here and there where they're more flexible, right? They're a little bit thinner, right? They don't require as much gold because, you know, the front bangle design part isn't nearly as wide or as heavy or as substantial. This is, for how simple the design is, one of the heavier bangles we have done. The fit is perfect. It is the oval shape, so it will not turn or twist or flip on your arm. It's in the white gold, just the way we like it. The diamond, VS quality. There's no, you can't see any inclusions in it unless you have super high magnification, of course. The way it's set, it will not catch on anything. Not to mention, you will have extra security right here. So you have a button, and on top of that, you have 2 figure-8 safeties where you will clasp onto your bangle so that your bangle is extra secure and will not fall off. Now, here's where the price comes in, because when you have a diamond that is, over half a carat, visually looks, perfectly between a half carat and a 1 carat stone. With the bezel setting considered, you might even think it's a 1 carat stone, right? There's the price. This one was supposed to be $99.99, and for a single stone bangle, that may seem silly, but when you get this at home, hold this in your hand and really just, weigh it in your hand, you will think that is one of the heaviest bangles we have done. The weight of this bangle is on par with some of the double row diamond bangles that we have done. That is how much gold is in this one piece to accommodate just that one stone. That's how important that one stone really is to this whole piece. Everyday wearable, you can stack it with any other bracelet you might have. I think it will look lovely with any, diamond tennis bracelets you might already have, right? If you already have a couple stacked together, why not throw in a bangle there, right? To really separate the look, give it some contrast, right? You have a lot of diamonds, why not throw in some gold there, right? And not even pay $79.99. This is last call, and I remember the first time we brought this style here, it was a long time ago, but it was loved by many. And here it is, same old item number, same old price, last call on it, and I'm sure if this one does not go, I am sure we have a lot of hungry jewelers in the back ready to get their hands on this one to melt it down, because honestly, there's not a lot to take apart. You just melt it down, right? If you would like this bangle, we're gonna make it $3,999. One caller gets it, minus your 10% off. And let me also give you the full tour of your bangle right here. So I wish you could feel how heavy it is. And again, if you want to weight on this one, we can take it in the back and weigh it for you. But this is a substantial bangle. It's not light. It's not flimsy. It's not like you open it and then, oops, it's bent now, right? Absolutely not. This has so much gold in it. $39.99 minus your 10% off. Let me try it on the wrist one more time here before we go. And here it is. There she is, right? A huge, large diamond in the center, bezel set. Literally the most simple way you can set this stone. It's not gonna catch on anything. Cold weather is here for everyone except for us, right? It was pretty hot today. And you're all, bringing out the sweaters, the knit clothing, right? It's not gonna catch on this. This is smooth to the touch. There's nothing to catch on it, right? Here it is, $39.99. Let me know if you'd like to take it. Last couple minutes is here, so what I'm gonna do is bring back everything once again. Might swap out some pieces for something else that might still be here. So if you have any questions, now is the time to call in and consider any of these pieces for yourself. I'm gonna move these over a little bit here. My Mahenge pink spinel earrings at the very bottom, $6.99 minus your 10% off on these. Last call on those. Love that style. Daily everyday wearable. Golden pearl. Not a crazy mounting. Love it. Your diamond ring. Let me try on the diamond ring too. In case you haven't seen it yet, this is our diamond rose ring on the hand. And I mean, why not wear these two together, right? I would love it. I know it's probably impossible to do. I would love just taking the flower here, just cutting it off and putting it onto this bangle right here. Wouldn't that be a fun little bangle? a lot of gold, and I'd probably be banned from, you know, designing any other bangles, but wouldn't that be such a fun piece? But the ring is here, the bangle is here. Call me, let me know. And let's bring it back up close here. Let me also try on the emerald one last time here before we go. Emerald is the only thing up here that is in the platinum. It's currently not my size, but we can size it for you. It is true to size on this one. And there it is. Emerald that has the bright, glowing nature from within. It's included, yes, but it's not, you know, hazy. It's not like you can't see into it. You can literally see into the stone, which is a good thing. And this is here as well. And let's bring it up close. And let me also try on the blue sapphire. I don't think I tried that on yet. And now I have. So there we go. You have your blue sapphire, royal blue, double halo, diamonds down the side. And there it is, right? Bright, open color, royal blues, and there we go. Have a good night, everyone.